So I can't hold it. It's just what the fuck. Oh, what's up, everyone? This man before we went live was like, "I'm Han Solo." Joining me on this lovely
the Connect song. I'm Han Solo.
Is MMA King Kreese King? What the? Wait, hang on, MMA Kreese King Jr. What the fuck? What happened to the name? That's completely messed up my dialogue. One half of the dynamic duo. Here he is. Sup, dude? And Han Solo reincarnated. Oh dear. Welcome everybody to a brand new stream. We're back. We're the boys are back in town. Happy Sunday to you. Sup, Tristan? Sup, Sammy? Sup, Jermaine? Oh dear, almost hit the wrong button there. Thank you, Thomas. Forever Red. Bless Lisa. And thank you, everybody. Welcome. The name is Gambit, mon ami. Remember it.
Oh my God.
Can't wait to talk about that. I cannot wait.
Oh boy.
Kevin, what's up, bro? Perfect stuff. Okay. Danny, read out the list that you have compiled for the stream, sir. Let's get straight into it.
Okay. Chosen familiar. We are back again, people. So we're going to be talking about Casablanca for our tenor classic movie. It is a classic. I highly recommend everybody go watch that. And then one of our other segments is sort of like a prime segment because guess what? The Boys confirmed season 4, and also we're gonna do a review on Invincible too. However, and then we'll just round it off with our DC and Marvel segments with starting out with DC.
And I'm going to be useless in the first half of this conversation.
Cut me off again, mofo. Not playing. DC. DC for our DC segment, we're going to be talking about Joker 2 trailer. Also, we're going to talk about James Gunn's new logo for Superman. We're going to be talking about that. As far as our Marvel segment, we're going to keep it plain and simple. We're going to be talking about that fire episode on X-Men 97, episode 5. Then at the end, Q&A at the end. So we shall be talking about Casablanca, and this guy hasn't seen it right here.
Who's this guy? Oh, this guy. Yeah, shocker. I know. Oh my God! Don't shoot me. Yeah, I haven't actually got around to ever seeing Casablanca. I know. Oh shit. That was a joke I could say there. It's like Darius shot first is the joke. Come on, people. What do you think I was going to say?
I always shoot first. I'm Han Solo.
I'm just gonna say it's a bit of a role reversal there. But yeah, but I've never actually got around to seeing it. I know again, it is one of those pop culture zeitgeist movies. It's well embedded into cinema. But I've never got around to seeing it. I've only ever heard about it. Taskmaster. I've only ever heard of it, but I've never seen it myself personally. As I was saying to Danny before the stream started, there was when I was a little lad back in the day, you know, and I'm not old, but I'm certainly not like a boy anymore. Well, you would hope. I saw black and white films as boring because I was just like old, stale, bland, colorless, soulless, and just not exciting. But when you get older, you realize how much of our mainstream media now is influenced by those movies of back then, regardless of whatever changes may be made. So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about Casablanca in and of itself. But I have never actually seen the movie. I know Humphrey Bogart is involved. I think I did a poster for it. And I said this about Maltese Falcon a couple of weeks ago. I did do a poster for this movie for my creative media class back in school. But that was it. I still never watched the film. It was just like a poster that we created for a class project. And that was it. And I've got one fact here that says the story was purchased for $20,000 or something. I'm assuming that is the actual story back in the day.
With inflation, that's a lot of money now.
And its cinematographer was Arthur Edison, 100% on Metacritic, 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 8.5 on IMDb. And it says, during World War II, Rick Grimes, a nightclub owner in Casablanca, agrees to help his former lover, Lisa, and her husband. Soon, Lisa's feelings for Rick resurface, and she finds herself renewing her love for him. Release date was 15th of January 1943 in the UK. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. What are you eating, sir?
Fruit bowl.
Nice. I'm just going to change your name around, sir, because it's really it's confusing me. But with that being said, it's a small thing, but it's really bothering me. Sorry. That there you go. MMA King fuck. Just you carry on. Take it away, Danny. I'll follow your lead on this one.
Put the hype in. Yeah, so on this one, this is one of those really, really great black and white classics, man, and I highly recommend everybody watch this one, because not only do you get like a little bit of everything in this movie, from geographic politics to a romance story to a guy that was fighting against, kind of staying neutral throughout the whole entire thing before the Allies got involved or whatever. He was just a business owner, minding his own business. And basically, I can't say the N word on here, not the other one, but the Yahtzees.
The guys from Germany.
The Yahtzees.
The guys from
the guys with the guys with the little mustaches. We will refer them as Yahtzees because it's 7 minutes in and we cannot say those words.
We could refer to them as scum.
Yahtzees are way more better. I love it.
You know what? Anyway. You know what they are? They're the bad guys in Indiana Jones. That's what they are.
Yep. But yeah,
even better.
So yeah, even better. But it took place before the bad guys in Indiana Jones, or AKA the Yahtzees, come through, and they're basically trying to make this business owner pick a side, basically, like, okay, you can either join us with the little mustache man, or you could just join the Yankee scum with the Allies and everything, kind of like that. Also, yeah, it's a pretty good story, and also it's a bit of a love story because before it's a good story, Jacob. Like, anyway, before the Yahtzees take over France or whatever in one day. By the way, the main character and the love interest were going out or whatever, but found out that the love interest's husband actually did not pass away, and because she thought her husband was dead or whatever. But it ended up he being alive. But as a good wife, she had to dump old boy to go back to her husband, and so they all meet back up in Casablanca, and that's when our story begins. Am I right, Darius?
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but it makes a lot more sense when you watch it, because there's a lot of things that happen before the story starts that's kind of revealed in dialogue and stuff. Yeah, this is a classic, an all-time classic. This is considered to be one of the first huge movies that people don't realize movies in the early part of the 20th century were not as big as they are now. It wasn't a thing that people got together and did. It was something fun to do. It wasn't a big part of pop culture yet, because it was still radio and sports were baseball and stuff at that time.
To radio, and then after bed.
Yep, it was radio. Yeah. Baseball was a huge bit around this time, Babe Ruth and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's really what was big. boxing was huge, but like this movie and a few other movies in around this time like helped like launch cinema to like have a place in pop culture, and that's because of like some of the acting in this movie, like Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, like those two are
he's really good in the movie.
legendary actors. Like, still talked about to this day. Like, you have actors that'll be like, yeah, I model myself in my the way I go about things after like Humphrey Bogart, for example. And it's like a story, like Danny said, it's about like a lot of things. It's about like love. It's about like how staying neutral is really hard at a time where like
everything's so black and white.
Things are headed towards really, really bad. Like things are heading towards something really, really bad. And it's basically this movie kind of was made to convince the US, hey, maybe you should do something. Maybe you should do something about like what's going on in Europe right now. Like this is what's happening to the French people and the British people and people in Belgium, stuff like that. Because America at the time was like trying to stay out of it. Even though we really weren't, but that's another story.
We really weren't. That's a whole other thing. Like
we were selling weapons to we were selling weapons to British people. If you know, you know. But I'm
just gonna shut up on that one.
This movie kind of invigorated the fighting spirit against those bad guys from Indiana Jones. You know, like that's really what it set out to do. It also told a great story at the same time, but separates from being just like a propaganda piece. Like there were so many other movies that did that where it's just like trying to convince people to go do something. But this movie has like so many iconic lines. Like the big one is, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. That's where where this comes from.
That's where this comes from?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow, this is the start of a beautiful.
I mean, like
it's like the very last line of the movie too. It's like the very end.
Yeah.
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes.
I think this is the first movie where like they cursed. I think that's this movie where they like the dude said, "I don't give a damn," and like that's like that didn't happen back then. Like cursing was not.
Everybody in the theater was like, "Woo!" You know, like
wow.
Imagine like movies today if you couldn't curse. Like that's really the first movie to do that. Where
we'll always have Paris. That comes from this movie too.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he says he's looking at you, kid, like that's that's this.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And also like back in the day, the old school Looney Tune cartoons, they used to use Casablanca all the time. Like they even got like the Hollywood specials where like they'll just bring in the actors and actresses and like it's like in a Casablanca theme or whatever. That's what it's copied for.
Many of the actors were themselves victims of war as well.
Yep, they got drafted and they went and fought and stuff. Yeah,
wow, incredible.
And then like I know like Danny said,
I want to watch it now.
There's been a million parodies and like homages and stuff to it. You probably never even realize where it comes from. Like there's been a million different like little.
I just made a connection just on a side note per that like this is the start of a beautiful friendship thing. Even something as simple as Fast X when the two characters are like, well, it looks like our partnership's off to a fantastic start. It's a reference to that, sure, like but reworded. Like wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so like it's one of the most
iconic. It's a good movie, bro. It's one of the most iconic movies.
As if it were the last time. I've heard that one before.
Yep.
Deadpool had one like that. It's like kiss me like you miss me. Yeah, no, yeah, okay. Fair.
Like pretty good. Wow. One of the classic ones. I got it on Blu-ray.
Nobody. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's a movie that like I was exposed to it way too young. I was like 8. I think my grandparents were watching it. And like obviously as an 8-year-old, you're not gonna have the patience.
It's only PG too. Yeah.
Like as I got older and I started watching more stuff, I grew to appreciate it more because we don't have like modern movies without this one.
Yeah.
And for its time, it was like revolutionary, like in terms of like the themes it explored, the acting, the way it was shot and filmed, and like it's the lines that stood the test of time. Like that's
amazing.
And you want to know what's the crazy part about this movie? You had like basically you had different you had different minorities in this movie. It was not even an all white cast. Like it literally
Yeah, I
had
heard
like
that as well.
it had like everybody in there, like literally everybody. Like they did like, and this was during 1943. Like
Yeah.
Like
so, everything
revolutionary
was
at the time.
that was revolutionary in itself. Like where you still had segregation and all that stuff at that time, or whatever. So I
Yeah,
mean,
things were still really, really bad.
And like they
and
gotta
his
go off
best
of
friend,
that.
and his best friend is and his best friend is a black guy too.
Yep. Like that's
Okay, now I definitely want to.
the topics this movie covers is like people didn't really make movies about that kind of stuff back then. Like they wouldn't really make
Yeah,
movies about like stuff that's going on in the world because like that was seen as
yeah,
like, oh, you shouldn't touch that. Like don't do that. But
Mhm.
they
yeah,
tackle what was happening in Europe, some racial stuff, some like
Right.
patriotism, like how when
yeah,
patriotism goes too far. Like they kind of tackle
yeah,
things
Like
that we
really
take for
hard
granted.
topics.
We take for granted now because most movies do stuff like
yeah,
that now. But like for the
Right.
time,
yeah.
people are
But
like,
they go
"Whoa!"
too far with it. Yeah,
A lot of people didn't know what was happening in Europe because obviously the world didn't. There was no
yeah,
internet, so you really only had what the paper
yeah,
told you.
Yeah. And that
So
would be the
yeah,
next day.
people like the bad guys from Indiana Jones are really doing this stuff from over there. Like they're really doing
yeah,
all
This
this
is
like
what they're
terrible.
actually doing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hmm.
And comes to find out that like the love interest and her husband were actually against the people against the that were in the Indiana Jones movies, or AKA Nazi. Like they were infiltrating their stuff or whatever to see what they're actually doing in their camps or whatever, and
Wow.
and they were about to be arrested, and so like Humphrey Bogart's character basically just made the ultimate sacrifice by getting them out of there and stuff like that. But
Oh,
yeah, man, it's one of
that's
those things of sacrifice, patriotism,
love. Yeah,
being neutral, stuff like that. Like you,
mm.
it's the toughest thing to do. It's like it's not really easy if you're picking a side. If you know what I'm saying,
And that's
like
something that we struggle with today. Like that hasn't even like it's changed in certain ways, but there's some parts of it that we're still dealing with and grappling with in this day and age.
yeah.
yeah,
It's like it's not. People think it's easy to pick a side, but when you have something at stake, when you have a
yeah,
business or a
There's
family
a
or
lot in the
friends or
game for both
whatever,
yeah,
like
sides.
and
yeah,
sometimes you don't need to pick a side, but sometimes you have to. Like sometimes there is
Mm.
no,
yeah.
we're gonna stay out of
There
this.
is
It's not our
no,
problem. Because what happens when it does
yeah,
become your problem? What happens when it's on your doorstep
yeah,
now? You could have
Yeah.
stopped it before, but
yeah,
now it's on your doorstep. Is
I
our
yeah,
just had a
problem.
flashback to where I know it's just a comic, of course, but it's like a good example that came to mind when we were talking about the Civil War comic from Marvel and how Thing wanted to stay out of it and not be involved. Inevitably, he chose a side eventually because he kind of had to, like he was because it came to him.
Yep.
And that, like
yeah,
an example for like anyone who's younger in the chat and whatever else. But I'm sure we can all think of scenarios in the real world where we have been like, you know what, I'm gonna remain neutral. I'm not. Eventually you're gonna have to pick a side because
you
something's
have to pick a side. What do
where
you know? Like Chris was speaking some facts. Eventually, you have to pick a side. Like,
Because like
yeah, so
sometimes,
seeing out
sometimes,
Fantastic Beasts
sometimes not taking an action, sometimes not taking an action
is an
is
action
an
as well.
action.
Yeah,
Like that
it's an
is,
not
action.
making a decision is a big decision.
yep,
Your
it's a choice.
decision, Rick.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And that kind of goes to show like if that had not been the woman he loved, would he have taken that action? Maybe, maybe not.
yeah,
If it was just someone else,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's a
the
good
fact that
point.
it
yeah,
was,
man.
that's what it's time to get involved.
Damn,
You
I
know,
love
but
You
that.
understandably
sacrifice.
so.
I'm so
What's
shocked that I've never seen this movie. This seems like my kind of movie, like with
Yeah,
all this conversation and
it
dialogue.
is.
Shit. I've been
You
doing
gotta
it all
watch it.
wrong. I've been doing it all wrong. I'm on a rewatch of The Walking Dead at the minute. That can wait. I'm gonna watch Casablanca
Go watch
instead.
that. Go watch Casablanca, man.
Watch Casablanca, bro. Like it's like if you can get past the black and white, if you get past the black and white, you can like it's a great movie.
I
Like
like going back when it was like years ago, but as a kid, I couldn't. It was just because it was like
I rewatched it.
Do you know what's weird?
It the other day. Yeah.
I hope you guys don't think I'm crazy for saying this. And I was a kid. It was it was like pre-teenager Jacob, and we've all seen my Cobra Kai season 2 trailer reaction from a couple of years ago, like pre-nuanced Jacob. I thought the world was actually black and white back then. Because of the movies, like legitimate. No, for real. Let me explain. So while watching the movies, I'm like, Granddad, why are all these movies in black and white? Was the whole world in black and white? What the fuck? He's like, oh yeah, and that's how it was back then. And he was just trolling me. Took me about a month or so to work it out that it was just a movie and the world wasn't actually black and white.
You just hadn't figured color out yet.
There you go. Embarrassing share time. I just thought it would make for a funny moment to share.
Your granddad is probably like smiling, like, oh boy, not the bright one. He's not the brightest one in the bolts and everything.
No, I had to go on an arc of like self-discovery and figuring shit out. But yeah, like that again. Jacob from way back when is not the same Jacob you see now. That's a character arc.
Oh boy.
No,
me and Adam actually did a video on Casablanca.
But
me and Adam did a
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying, like, me and Adam already did a video on Casablanca, like when we first started out, and like that's one of our big videos. Surprisingly, like you got people that actually still love that movie, bro. Like, so I mean, I highly recommend.
Like, quality is timeless; it's forever. Like, it's never going anywhere. So if it's like a quality piece, you'll still be talking about it a million years from now.
I want to say it's in the Library of Congress. I think it might be. Let me see.
I got a little fact here that said principal photography began on May 25th, 1942, ending on August the 3rd. The film was shot entirely at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank, California, with the exception of one sequence at Van Nuys Airport in Los Angeles. Karen Darius?
I'm trying to see is Casablanca if it's in the Library of Congress or not.
I put the hyphens by the way, Danny. You got the hyphens back.
I am praying to the great Lord Jesus. Please do not remake this movie. Please do not do this. Like,
you kind of can't. Like,
there are certain movies that just can't be remade. This is one of them.
I say they kind of can't, but there's the last few years have taught me that nothing's sacred anymore. So
there are certain movies you can't remake. You can't remake this. You can't remake any Hitchcock movie. Don't try it.
Leave it alone. Do not touch Alfred's movies.
Oh, Darius, by the way.
We tried it with Psycho.
Hold on.
Weird.
Hold on.
What the
Speaking of Hitchcock.
Yo. Is that so that's North by Northwest, Vertigo, Psycho.
Yep. The Birds.
Yeah, The Birds. Oh man.
And the rear window.
Rear window, yeah. All classics.
Like, I found this like at half price bookstore. I was like for like $40. I was like, man,
$40. That's a bargain. For like
I got basically 5 movies for like $40 Yeah.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Those are all
got free movies.
They're all bangers too. Amazing movies.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The
little knuckle cracker. I like it.
North by Northwest gave us James Bond. True story.
Oh wow! You see, everything.
I didn't know that.
Influences the other. It's so crazy. Like everything feeds into everything else. It's a ripple effect.
Psycho gave us slashers. So
Halloween, yeah. Literally, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom was in Psycho, which is why she got the part for Halloween.
Wow, mind blown. For real?
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Wow, that's so cool. I didn't even know that either. I'm learning a
Even
lot
even,
this week. This is
even
great.
Dr. Loomis, the character of Dr. Loomis was based on Sam Loomis from Psycho. So Dr. Loomis, Sam
Yeah.
Loomis. Yeah.
This is supposed to be the actor right here.
Loomis over that. Wait, hey, I don't know everything. Unlike most people on YouTube, I don't know everything. I'm open to learning
No, I get it, bro.
and growing my capital. I don't know everything. You know, like I'm learning. You know? And also, to be fair, I don't spend as much time sitting on my ass watching them anymore. I want to be in them. Like, you know, like
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I act and perform. Like I don't just
Okay. I was saying.
completely different
I'm just
meaning.
saying, like, I was just saying, like, you would think, I would think, like, I'm like, dang, I'm surprised that he didn't know that one. I'm surprised he didn't know that one. Like,
Hey, and
hey,
now I do.
you learn something new every day, right?
But I think this is an important moment for people watching now or after the fact or on rewatch. It's okay to not know everything, and then you can learn. You know, like
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that you've just both told me. I love that shit, but I didn't even know. Like unless I would have researched it or looked it up.
Everyone starts somewhere. There was a point where I didn't know it either.
Yeah.
I was like, you do your
There was
research,
times where I didn't know anything.
you go down a rabbit hole, and you find out more and more stuff.
But, I mean, this is why it all works like so well between us because we're all level-headed well, sometimes hot-headed, but we're level-headed guys in terms of pop culture news. We're able to you know own the fact when we oopsie daisy to own the fact when we don't know everything. You know, we're like it's okay. You know, we're always learning and evolving, and you can't be too specialized in everything. And I think this could be a great topic of conversation down the road, but we always talk a lot about this where let's say if Star Wars came up, right? You know your shit, Danny, to a degree. Then there's me. Then there's Darius here. And then let's take Batman.
Yeah.
There's me. Then there's Darius. Then there's you. Then there's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Me. There's you. And then there's Darius. Like it's just like knowing where you are on the spectrum of things. It allows
everyone has the area of expertise, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like one of those things of I don't even consider myself a Batman expert. Like I always tell people, I'm always a person that's willing to learn something new and everything. Like I don't know everything about Batman, but I know.
You know, my lore exists basically to anything that's been on a movie, a show, a few books, and expanded universe to a point. But then there's people out there that their whole passion for Star Wars
like an encyclopedia,
like only.
Like the guys from Blind Wave, dude. Like Jesus.
They know so much stuff. I'm like, you know, as soon as Captain Palion was in Rebels, they were like, oh, yeah, that's from that book. I'm like, I completely forgot he was in Heir to the Empire.
I remember the name, but I was like, oh, I never put that together. That was who they were talking about.
Yeah, like they knew like right off the bat, you know. And then when we were having the Civil War discussion about the comic book, like I said that I really liked it because of the story choices, not necessarily the choices, just the the conversations and how characters were placed in different scenarios. But then because you guys are more Spider-Man diehard like that, you didn't like where it led to and what it did to the character. You know, it's just sort of like knowing where you are on the wave of things.
Yeah, no matter how much you think you know, there's always gonna be someone who likes more, who knows more, you know.
That's how I also might start watching Shogun, Danny. That does look really good.
Yeah, I need to watch Fallout. I need to watch.
It's the best TV show. It's the best TV show in America right now. It's Shogun. Okay, like there's no debate. No debate.
Yeah,
like, we're not having.
I mean,
like,
you know, that's a good transition to leapfrog into the next topic, I guess. I tell you what, the next time we do a stream, which is this time next week, I'll give you guys like my little 2-minute roundup of what I thought of Casablanca as a sequel to this. Moment here.
Check it out.
You know, I hope that everyone got some knowledge and wisdom from that. I definitely learned a lot because there was a lot around that movie that I didn't even know. Like those quotes, I've known of the quotes. I just didn't know where they were from. Now I know. At least we'll always have Paris. I know where it's from.
All right, guys, we'll move on to the next subject. We are going to be talking about Homelander. We're going to be talking about The Boys season 4, and it actually has this date. Am I right, Darius?
Yeah. So, it's pretty much what we all thought. The summer, which
Yeah.
I'm really excited for because it's been a while since the last season, obviously, and we need more good television. It's been a really good year for television so far, so it's good to be able to keep that up. And
For sure.
I'm excited to see what the boys does because
Let me just change that.
unless I wasn't as much of a fan as of the last season finale, I did love the season overall. This is my favorite season still.
Yeah.
Mainly because of Soldier Boy and Butcher and
Yeah.
everything with that.
Yeah. It was Soldier
Homelander.
Boy that saved it for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but
the,
I'm real interested to see like how. I don't want to say too much. Jacob, where are you in the boys?
I'm still way back on season 2, but I know of a few spoilers because like it's been spoiled for me, so you're fine. So there will be spoilers, people. There will be spoilers. Carry on as you are.
Yeah, because Gen V left us off on like kind of a preview of what's going to happen here, and
yeah.
I think Homelander's going to lose it finally, like fully this season. I expect some pretty bad things to happen to a lot of characters because I think
Yeah.
Homelander has finally realized, like, I have a devoted following of people that don't care what I do or how I do it. They'll support me no matter what. I could kill people in front of people.
I really do love that meme where he's like, iconic.
Because that's what was driving Homelander insane the first 3 seasons is he has a need to be loved, and he would like put on a front of like this, like kind of a Superman type thing where he's like this kind, like humble,
Yeah.
kind of like normal
good
guy.
guy.
And he's actually like a raging lunatic. But now he realizes I don't have to keep doing that. I can just be a raging lunatic all the time, and people still love me for that. So
Yeah.
I think now that the gloves are off, it's going to be real interesting. We got Newman.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey Morgan's gonna be there.
Jeffrey
that's
Dean
gonna
Morgan fits in that show.
That's
so
going to be
well.
great. Him and Butcher are going to team up, and that's going to be hilarious.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious. I need
He's
to
just,
catch up.
he's just gonna basically be. He's gonna be Negan basically. That's all he's gonna be. Is like
I mean, that's all Negan is. For being completely honest, it's
You're getting a Butcher and Negan team up. That's really what's about to happen.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever make like a nod to The Walking Dead. Like, what do you think I'm gonna be doing? Like fighting zombies or something? Like,
well, if you saw I think they might because Invincible did even so.
Oh, they will.
Yeah,
they will.
But
from what little I know of the boys of season 2 up till like obviously where you guys are at, they love a lot of fourth wall breaking, so they'll probably reference Walking Dead, no problem.
They do a lot of meta humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think.
Well, you think I'm gonna get like a bat and then like start smacking zombies or something? Like,
that's like an inside joke. What you think we're gonna be friends right off the bat?
I think.
Hey, see what I did there?
I do think one thing is gonna happen. I think A-Train leaves the boys. I mean, leaves the 7 this season. I think he's out. I think he's out.
Ha!
And because what happens to A-Train in season 3, like he kind of doesn't really have a place there anymore. And after what happened to my boy Black Noir, oh my god, it still pisses me off what they did to him. That was oof. But
that's
grueling.
The 7 is changing, and I don't think like Homelander's. I mean, I don't think A-Train's gonna have a place on this new like squad that Homelander's probably gonna make. Like people that are more loyal and more fanatical.
Yeah.
Because A-Train's a bad dude, but he's not like
unreasonable.
He's not. He's just kind of a dick. He's not like evil. There's a difference.
It's like I forgot what TV show it was. I want to say it was the Harley Quinn show or whatever, where like Poison Ivy told Harley, like, Harley, you're bad, but you're not bad. You're a bad good person and everything. Like, I'm bad. Lex Luthor's bad. Amanda Waller's bad. You're not and everything. You're trying to be bad. That's what A-Train is and everything. Like
a good guy trying to be a bad dude. That's what kind of comes off as.
Yeah.
Like, but very anti-hero-esque.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna leave the 7. I think him and Huey will finally squash their stuff. Hopefully, because A-Train A-Train did apologize last season. Obviously, Huey was not trying to hear that, and rightfully so. I mean, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think they'll squash their stuff. They're not going to be friends ever. That's not going to happen. But they'll at least work together.
They'll have an understanding of where they get to, kind of thing.
To put Homelander down, that has to happen now.
I think A-Train will save like Huey. Like I think if Huey was like to get hurt, almost get hurt, like I think he'll probably take.
From what I know about the boys, like they do that a lot in movies and shows when they need a character to sort of like prove themselves, like after redeeming themselves, quote unquote, they've got to go through like a trial and error of like, okay, I've got to save someone. Like we've got to make like in the writing team, they're like, okay, make him save someone to redeem them.
One character I hope is gonna get redeemed is the Deep. I hate the Deep. I hate him so much, bro. I hate the Deep. He's funny, but he's so stupid, dude.
I find him disgusting.
Yeah.
He's just a bootlicker. He just there to lick Homelander's boots.
He doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to die. That's what it is. Yeah. Like he already knows that he's scared. He's scared of Homelander. He already knows like if Homelander was to like go crazy on him, he'd be fried calamari, bro. Like he already knows this.
Man said fried calamari.
We saw what happened. We saw what happened in Noir, and Noir was like Homelander's best friend. Like that was, and we saw what happened to him. So like no one's safe at this point.
Man, a few words.
I feel like we're gonna get more members of the Seven. Like I feel like because obviously Maeve is gone, Noir is gone. They need more people, obviously, because it's not the Seven anymore. There's only like 4 of them now. So I feel like Gen V was like setting up. They're trying to find
like a new team.
Yeah, and Starlight's not there. Obviously, Starlight's with the boys now. So like they need a new roster to kind of. I think it'll be kind of funny if there's like a tryout episode where like Homelander's like trying to like scout.
You want to join the Seven? Get put through these paces.
No, I can just see, dude. Like he's gonna probably be like the Simon Cowell of the Seven and everything. Do you think you're Seven? You think you're Seven material? Yeah. Get out of here! Like
American Idol for superheroes.
That means there definitely has to be a character that shows up where like the Deep just goes, you know what? I like him, and Homelander just goes,
so and so. What can you do? Like, what can you do? Oh, I can do this, and you're in or you're not. You know.
Yeah, make it like a little competition where they like vote to join someone on the team. That could make for a really fun
like so,
because they make fun of everything.
Dude, that'll be funny. Like if there's a dude that like they make like a Shazam reference and everything, and like Homelander doesn't like him, get out of here. Like, but I get out now. And they're like
literally a Superman type or a Captain America type, straight up, and then he's just like, nah.
The Shazam will be funny because like you mean you have to say your own name and you turn back into a kid? That's stupid. Why would I want you to say your own name?
I really want you to say on my team.
Do you think I want a child on my team? Like, no. I got enough problems with kids. Like I got like 3 or 4 kids and everything. Like, no. Like get out of here. Like
get a Howard the Duck in there. Someone like Howard the Duck.
He's gonna crush on little kids' dreams. Being a superhero.
Yeah.
Always wanted
to be. You think you're super 7 material? Guess what? You're not. You're not cut out and everything.
That means there should be a character that doesn't say a fucking like. There's just a mute, and he's like, "You're in."
Well, yeah, because that was Noir, so he needs that again. Yeah, that was Noir.
Someone that doesn't.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, I felt so bad for Dude, I feel so bad for the Asian superhero that was blind. They were basically like saying that he was like Daredevil and like Homelander killed him just because. Just what the hell am I supposed to do with a blind dude? Like,
good to see you, Kevin.
Man.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin, because I don't think The Boys goes on for that much longer. I know we were talking about that with TCK.
Season 5 should be the maximum, dude. Like that should be like the last season.
You see what I'm talking about when you watch it, Jacob. In season 3, it kind of feels like Cobra Kai season 4, where it's like
where they're dragging stuff out a little bit,
and it's like the end game is in sight. You know what I mean? Like
like you're near a certain point in the story where it's like, okay. When are you
could have ended right there, to be honest with you. They literally could.
They wanted to have if they did 1 or 2 things differently, that could have been the end.
Fair. Yeah. No, I feel you on that one.
You'll see what I mean when you watch it. You see what we mean.
Yeah, I got to catch up to that. Like, I think there you go. By this time next week, I'll watch Casablanca and I'll carry on with the boys. I think the last episode I was at, it was season 2, episode. I think.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Jacob. You probably want to skip Hero Gasm. I'm just gonna let you know like that. Don't.
That is okay. No,
Sounds weird.
There is a cool scene in that. You just have to find it. The fight is awesome. The fight in
Yeah.
is awesome. But there's a lot of stuff before that's it's funny, but it's disgusting, bro. It's nasty.
It's really disgusting.
And if you're gonna watch it somewhere where like you're not gonna be disturbed and you're not.
One of those scenes. We love it.
Yeah.
We love those types of scenes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. It's basically that moment where you're watching a movie or a show. Nothing actually happens. The minute your parents come in, oh, this scene's happening. Oh, well, no, I'm not into. No. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all been there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That whole episode, beginning of that whole episode, I was like, bro, how did they get away with doing this? On like, how was this?
It's Prime TV. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
I love the boys.
Like, you can get away with it on.
I didn't even see that, man. I didn't even see this. Like,
I didn't even see.
Yeah, like I mean, it's one of them things where it's like just because you can show it doesn't mean
it's still not as bad as the Gen V thing, though. Oh my god!
I don't need to know what that is.
You know what I'm talking about?
The Gen. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was like, bro, what?
Oh my god! Fucking hell. See, I'm really learning a lot in this first. In this 40 minutes, I'm learning so much. This is great. This is like a part of the hero's journey. I've just walked off the edge of the map.
Oh yeah, but Ryan, I feel like Ryan's gonna be annoying this season because I'm not looking forward to it. Honestly.
Do you think? What if Ryan? I don't think Ryan's gonna be shown that much. To be honest with you.
See,
I think he will a little bit.
Ryan, I think you're gonna say Ryan Gosling, Danny.
I'm just kidding.
Anywhere else I'd be. Carry on.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, basically, they said that Jim, like, this season is going to connect to Gen B season 2 and everything, and then like they're supposed to be having like the boys Mexico trip, like a holiday special or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the boys Mexico thing's about. I know it's like, I don't know. They're being very vague about what that is.
I think it's just sort of like a filler anime episode, to be honest with you, Darius. I think it's gonna be like a holiday / beach episode.
On that, do you boys like reckon like if they do like this is the final season, whatever else, do you reckon they do like spin-offs with like specific characters, like how Walking Dead?
I think they might do like different parts of the world, like because we only in
prequel stuff.
Boys, we really only see like America. We don't really see like what the UK is like, for example, or like that's what I think the boys Mexico might be. Is like this is what soups are like in Mexico. This is what they do. This is what they do here. This is what the soups do in the UK.
I appreciate the UK shout out there
because I can see them doing that because. They imagine British heroes and the boys is hilarious. That's just funny to me.
Hey! I'm just saying. Casting.
Sounds like you're choking on something, sir. I was gonna say with this one. I think with this show. With the UK.
No! Fuck's sake, Danny.
Open
no, because since
God's sake, Dan, carry on.
I was saying, like, since we are dealing with the Sony or whatever, like I see them doing spin-offs of this.
That amazing company. We love you, Sony.
Oh yeah, we
Sony,
love
man.
Sony so much. We love Sony so much. They're amazing. They're a great company. Truly,
Ye-
truly, man. Guess what? They make great Spider-Man movies.
Water is also wet.
Yes, this is
And they've
true.
been giving us a headache for damn near
And
3 years.
One of those things is true.
and Sydney Sweeney has a nice.
Whoa,
Whoa, wow.
Whoa,
Sydney
whoa,
Sweeney.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
It is so good to be back in the Shire. Take the ring to
What?
Mordor.
I was gonna say she had a nice set of pillows.
So Casablanca.
There's nothing wrong with saying pillows, guys. Like, jeez. Yeah.
You're a menace, Danny. I feel like you're
He's a-
Spider-Man and I'm Jonah Jameson. I'm just like, you're a menace.
I'm just saying, she's a nice looking woman. She has a nice pair of pillows.
And we
Anyway, I guess we can.
Okay,
We
get to,
can
the
like.
next, get to your next topic. Get to your next topic. Because I want to start talking.
You don't like
about
Sydney?
Amazon at the moment.
You don't like Sydney Sweeney? Like, something's wrong with you, sir.
Get to the next topic. Forget Sydney Sweeney. She's fine. She's out here living her best life. She's doing good.
living the best life. Yes, she is. So let's talk about Invincible. Like, what did you, Darius? What do you think about the Invincible season?
This is the least
Season
I've
7.
watched in any stream ever. I hate it.
Invincible, man.
I hate this shit.
I loved it. I loved Invincible. It's
all the shit I haven't watched.
It's like this season, like, because okay, we can all Invincible season 1, phenomenal, like one of the best American cartoons I've watched in a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're having this. This should be in the topic for another day. I'm glad we're having this little resurgence of American cartoons, like with animation, like with Spider-Verse and Ninja Turtles, and
there's a comeback.
Invincible.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, I'm glad we're having this like little renaissance here of cool animated stuff. It's pretty cool because Japan anime has been like consistent with that, and now America's showing we can make some good stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, when the passion's there, it can be done.
The passion is there. It can happen.
Setting aside and before I talk about the season, I have to go on this little rant. Amazon, why did you split the series up? Why do that? Like, what did that accomplish? You just made people forget about the show for like 4 months.
I did forget about the show until you guys told me about it.
I heard about that from a friend of mine that he was not happy that they did that.
Like, it was like the hype was at an all-time high, like around episode 4, and then they're like, "Yeah, by the way, we're going on break for a while. We'll tell you when we'll be back." Like, what? Like, you didn't even give us a date for it to come back at first. That, like, it's just you killed the pacing of your own show for no reason at all. But
yeah,
that aside,
the season finale is one thing. Cutting up half the show and splitting it is another.
I think this season, like with Mark, his character, like it hits some of the same notes as like Spider-Man does, where like the whole like, oh, you can't have a normal life with
absolutely not, Tristan.
You can't live a normal life and be a superhero at the same time. You can't date normal people and be a superhero. It just doesn't work for a lot of reasons.
I don't have it.
It shows like how tiring it can be. It shows that even like you know what I'm talking about, the one episode, even the bad guys you think might be kind of a joke that are kind of stupid, if you're not prepared, they can kill. Like you could die out there. Like it's like the whole thing with Batman, where it's like, yeah, Batman's that guy, but imagine one punk gets lucky one day and gets a shot on him, like it could happen. He's not invincible. You know? And it's kind of ironic because the show was called Invincible, but it's not even Mark is invincible. Like there's still threats that he can't handle. Like the whole people planet, like the Viltrumites, like that's the thing that's still looming. The big bad for this season, we saw how that ended. Without getting the spoilers, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
yeah, this season really drove home how resilient like Mark is and how he doesn't want to give in to the darkness that's inside of him that comes from his dad and all the anger that comes from that. And then like I think the Omni-Man I think was really good. It's kind of he's not fully redeemed, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
And the action was great as always. It's fun. It's still funny.
For me, I like Invincible, but like, what's kind of annoying me about the show is that Mark is getting beaten up too many times to where like it's just like I don't care as much because I know what's going to happen. If that makes sense, like I think that's like the most annoying thing about the show. But for the most part, it's not a bad show or whatever. Like I like Invincible for what it is, but I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I feel like
It's still a
other than
show that
that,
I
like
haven't taken down to watching, but I need to.
it's good. Like the show is good. Like it has good superhero tropes or whatever, and like they kind of make fun of like the old school superhero tropes too at the same time and
Right.
everything. It's like it's a good superhero watch, and like Darius said, it's like American cartoons is sort of making a comeback a little bit. Like of course, we're going to be talking about X-Men '97, how banger of an episode that was later on. But yeah, like you're starting to see with Invincible, you hearing rumors about like people want Batman Beyond to come back. You got people that want Justice League Unlimited to come back because
Spider-Man 98. Yeah,
As long as
Spider-Man '98 coming back.
as the right people are at the helm, then
Spectacular Spider-Man coming back, Avengers: Earth Mightiest Heroes, all that
I think
stuff.
one thing you can do is like just start with the 90s shows first, and then as long as they stay true, then you can go into the early thousands, bring Spectacular Spider-Man back, and all those other shows.
Yeah.
So much potential there. Like, I think people are starting to see the problem is that there's so much benefit in the stuff from the past, not just because of nostalgia, but because we were never really given the full potential of what they could have been.
They were unfinished.
Even the 90s Spider-Man series, even something like that, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers, like they were never given the potential of what they should have. You could even make a case.
This show right here, it's like in this show right here, just to bring it back to Invincible or whatever, like it shows you that you can make something new and people talk about it. It's just that Amazon dropped the ball because like, once again, I forgot about Invincible until y'all guys told me about it. I was like, wait, they released the other episodes? Oh, okay, I guess I'll go watch the last 4 or whatever,
That's bad.
They
released it half and half and your friends had to tell you when it dropped. Whoosh. That's not good.
Yeah, I found out because of like TCK and Darius and RJ. I'm like, oh, really? They did? Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll go watch it. Like, and so
the guy behind this is the Robert Kirkman, the same guy behind
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. So, the violence and the death and it's all there.
Yeah.
It feels kind of similar to Walking Dead at some points. I mean, even the cast, obviously Steve Yeun, Glenn.
Oh, is he in it?
Yeah, he's Mark.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Oh.
And obviously J.K. Simmons in there for Omni-Man. The cast is phenomenal,
Yeah.
by the way.
No wonder why he looks like this. Well, for Christ's sake.
He did that on purpose.
Same haircut.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Invincible, as somebody, I've read the comic. You won't have to worry about Mark getting his butt kicked anymore, Danny. It's that's gonna stop pretty soon. I'm gonna say that.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
The finale is the turning point. He had his Gohan. Teen Gohan moment. That's basically what
finally. Good job.
We love our Gohan moments that we wait 30 years for to get one moment.
He's done holding back now.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, can we just that was just the only thing that I was just getting annoyed about Invincible. Like, I was like, okay, your main characters keep getting beaten up. Okay, this is getting boring to me. Like I'm liking. I like the show for what it is, but you can see why some people will fall off. I'm just speaking for me and everything. Like it could get like he's gonna get beaten up all the time.
I see what you're doing.
All right, so I see what you're doing, and I don't like it. but for the but for the most part, yeah, like
it's nice
Invincible.
when you see a character constantly get shit on, disrespected to finally get their shine. It's kind of nice when you see that, isn't it?
Oh, he's a little happy right now. Like he's a little happy. Like
It's just nice, isn't it? It's just nice. It's just nice when you finally
it's
get.
so nice.
It's just so nice.
You fight so nice.
Yeah, Mark
I've
finally. Mark
been
had
around
enough.
you. I've been around you too long, Danny.
Mark's had enough of being sent to the emergency room. He's had enough of that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Eventually, you gotta. It's like one of my friends told me when I was starting to like get into like MMA or like boxing or whatever. He said like he says like you have to learn how to get your ass whooped, and then eventually you're gonna figure out to stop getting your ass whooped. Like, what do you mean? Meaning like you gotta get your ass whooped. Like, and then you'll start figuring out
It takes a
like
few times, some more than others.
yeah,
It's like
and then you're gonna start
figuratively
yeah.
as well.
It's like
You gotta learn how to
basically
take
you
you gotta
basically
take a punch and throw one.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you gotta take like you're gonna take these punches. I'm going to kick your ass, but
One
then you're gonna eventually like learn how to like not get your ass kicked as much. Like I was
You're
like,
gonna hit.
okay, I got it.
You're gonna hit back soon. You'll hit back soon. You'll be the one. But yeah, it's
He's
a
like,
great
he
show.
says eventually you're gonna catch on if you're a smart person. Like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to do this in this situation. Like, yep.
Oh yeah, they are doing that. The last Ronin comic is they had the turtles
Yeah.
thing.
Dude, I saw that. I did see someone in the comments section of that post that I shared the other day saying, "Hey, wouldn't it make more sense if it was like Raphael or Leo?" And I'm like,
It's
no,
better as Mikey.
it's better as Mikey because Donatello, like with the turtles, they can never get all four of them right, and it really pisses me off. Leonardo is the leader, okay? For all intents and purposes, he's the leader.
The most disciplined, yeah.
The level-headed, the most disciplined one. Donatello is the wisest. He's also the voice of reason. Raphael, yeah, he's hot-headed, this, that, whatever, but he's not edgy. He's just the guy that will do the hard task because Leonardo won't. Like, he's like the foil. Like, he pushes him. They need each other.
They need each other. Yeah.
They need each other, you know, and that's a staple throughout the whole fiction.
Mikey's the wild card, yeah.
And Raphael he's always been the guy on job. Like if you need him to go and shank someone, he'll go do it. And Mikey's always been the comedic relief, but he is the heart of the group, you know?
Also,
so I think there's something a lot more tragic where if he's the one that's the last one out the four of them, you know, the one that's like always making jokes and quips.
But in canon, Splinter has said that Mikey has potential to be the best fighter. He just doesn't take it seriously. That's the reason why he's not. Is because because Mikey has the hardest weapon to master. Nunchucks are the hardest weapon to master.
Yeah, they're not easy.
Yeah, they're not easy to use.
Them. So they go show his potential. He just doesn't take anything seriously.
You're more likely to hit yourself with them than anything else.
Yeah.
And then like
he's the last one
and you also, especially if you have actually used nunchucks, those things are fucking hard to use. They're not easy.
So basically, he's basically Gohan. Like if Gohan gets his together, he's the strongest person in the whole entire universe, which he finally is. Thank you, manga. Finally, like
talk about. There's something really tragic when you take like the character that is like the good boy, if you will. You know, the lovely guy, the comedic relief. There's something really tragic when you make them your emotional crutch, you know, your tether. Like it's heartbreaking to see. Like it's someone going from like jokes and quips to being what they are. Like I said someone made a comparison for Bad Batch the other day, Darius, with Scorch. Like he's always the one in the Republic Commando game making the jokes. Now he's like serious, bad to the bone. It's quite sad to see. You know,
out of character, and makes like because let's be real, if it had been Leo or Raph. Or even Donnie, it'll be too expected. Like people would expect it to be Leo or Raph because
It's like, oh, Leonardo's been pushed to the point of I've got to go this way. Oh, Raphael's edgy. All right, he was always going to go this way.
Donnie,
Or Donnie's like, yeah, I'm going to be different for once. I'm not going to be in control. Like with it being Mikey, he's neither like here nor there. He's always been sort of in the middle.
Yeah, the fun one, you know, but he's not having fun anymore. He's trying to avenge his brothers, you know.
The fun-loving dude that avenges. I love that art that I shared the other day where he has like all 4 of the turtle bandanas on his head like that.
I remember when
the
the comic first came out and they didn't reveal who it was. Like they would like keep it ambiguous, and it was like everyone thought Leo, Raph.
Yeah. Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like and Donnie does get disrespected a lot. That really annoys me. But,
he needs to stand out. He needs his own thing. I want him to get his thing.
Like I love Leo and Donnie, but everyone always puts so much stock into like who's the leading guy? Leo. Who's the foil to him? Raphael. Well, I mean, let's not forget Donnie's that fucking dude. Like they always go to Donnie with the problems.
I've never been a Turtles fan like that. Like I respect it, but it's just not me. Like
for a while, I was thinking
a Gargoyles kid.
I thought Walking Dead were trying to copy it. Like they had Michonne that had the sword, they had Morgan that had the stick. I'm like, you know, you got Daryl that has basically the freaking size. He's Raphael, and Rick has got the Magnum, so he's Leo. Like you've got the Turtles, like just like. And then
Seth more animation. Seth Rogen, he's doing an R-rated Venom animation apparently, which Seth Rogen can produce. He knows what he's doing. He's producing it.
Damn, I didn't know that was happening. Awesome. Yeah. I'm learning even more.
Yeah, Invincible. Seth Rogen's also Invincible. Love his character in Invincible, by the way. Yeah, Alan the Alien. He's hilarious.
Watch this. There's so much I need to watch.
Oh yeah, he did play Alan the Alien. I forgot about him. Yeah, he did.
Basically a saying, what doesn't kill him makes him stronger. You know.
Yeah, but also, what I did like about Invincible, and I gotta make a shout out to Robert Kirkman. Batman does make makes a cameo.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah. So let me get this straight.
Is it like a non-copyright version?
Yeah.
So they appear, but they don't appear.
Yeah. No, but you see Batman's cape or whatever, and he's sitting on the ledge of Gotham City. He's saying, "So let me get this straight. You're fully you're fully a bat, but you're not a man." I think it's kind of lazy by you putting your name together like that. Like
that's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's like they've got the character, but they can't call him the character because of copyright. But you know it's the character.
We all know who it is.
Yeah, it's kind of left in that stasis of where it's like, yeah, you can put 2 and 2 together. You know who it is.
But Sony could like let him use Spider-Man if they wanted to, but like.
They probably didn't want to go through all those hoops. Probably would have taken a while to let's just get the season out. Let's put it out. It was
Do you remember that Danny when the Turtles fucking teamed up with Batman?
Even the guy that
I remember. I have that man. Yeah.
Even the guy that plays him is the guy who played him in Spectacular Spider-Man. It's the same voice, Josh Keaton.
Oh wow, he gets around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does a lot of voice work. Great voice actor.
Bring him back, man. Just bring that whole show back.
Please, man.
I only watched bits and pieces of it, but man,
we were gonna get Daredevil.
And do you know what? There's no better time to bring Daredevil back than now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the really.
But anyway, go watch Invincible. Season 3 is already done with voice work. Apparently, Season 3 is coming very fast because they started working on it immediately.
You have to make it up.
Animation to fix, probably some finishing touches to put on, but.
About time. Well, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. These 2 big segments, like the big boys.
I can talk now. Yay!
Great.
Go ahead.
So, like,
talking about shutting your ass. Hey, Darius, you see that clip? I silenced this mofo.
You have to bring up old stuff.
This man was talking about Batman and Spawn and be like, oh man, I can't wait. And I'm like, Danny, it says it's an April Fool's joke. And he went, son of a bitch.
I did see that.
I was like,
It's like, don't worry.
The student has become the master. I'm like, I've always been that guy, but go off.
Don't worry. Eventually, you will slip up.
Comment doing, twat.
You will eventually slip up in everything.
Don't worry. I'll slip up. It happens, but it's fine. Don't worry. You know that I can send it right back. But get on it, sir. What's your next topic, sir? I've just been killed.
There you go. The force is with me at all times. Yeah, that's why you died on Jetstar.
On my PlayStation. Really, yeah.
Anyway, Well, I am laughing because of the Joker. So yeah, so guys, the Joker 2 trailer has dropped for our DC segment. So, boys, what do you guys think about it? Jacob, I'll let you start
Visual
out first.
stunning. The visuals of the trailer are freaking good. It's like I said last week. I don't think the movie's gonna be bad. Like it's not gonna be a bad film. It's just a question of because by default we're going to compare it to the first one. And I mean, people could say,
Yeah.
"Oh, that happens anyway." But in this particular scenario, the first one is such a landmark in cinema. Like, how do you top that? The visuals alone look great. Walken looks like he's knocking it out the freaking park again. For what we've seen of Lady Gaga, she looks pretty good. I think she'll do a good job. That's never been in question for me. It's just whether the story will match up to what the first one set. And like I remember I was saying last week, and I do really think the movie should take this turn. I know people are going to say, oh my God, like this movie is so intense. I can't ever watch it again. Well, I mean, the first one has that kind of feeling. And
Yeah.
I want this
Yeah.
movie to touch upon how bad this relationship is. It's not a good relationship. Like Harley and the Joker have never for anyone that's never read a comic and your DC knowledge is the Suicide Squad, I'm telling you now, their relationship has never, ever been good.
Just watch
Never.
Batman the Animated Series. That's
It's
where it
never been
started.
good. And I've only read X
Throws it
amount
out
of
of a
comics.
window.
It's terrible. Like they
Yep.
merely had circumstantial events that put them together. But the way Joker treats her and all of that, it's just no. So I think
Yeah.
they should really go all in with that. And I think what you can do to surprise people, make Harley Quinn as bad as him. Like, you know, you could like sort of because it has that real world undercurrent to it, that these two are just destructive as hell. You know, go all
They
in.
don't
Like
need each other.
I won't say it on air because demonetized and sensitive subject matter, but you could go really dark with this movie. Like there's things that these characters could do to each other where you sit there in the audience, you're going, oh my, what the, you know, like stuff that could really make you feel uncomfortable. And I remember saying last week how the first movie built up to, you know, the gunshot in the TV studio. What if this movie, there's tension and there's build up to these two killing each other at the end? Like both of them kill each other off. Like, you know, because I really never saw the need for a second one anyway. Still wouldn't see the need for a third one, even if they ended this on a freaking banger. But it very much depends on how it plays out, as we know. But I would not be against them killing each other off. And I think the way the trailer plays out, it has a very specific ingredient to it. It feels similar to the first one, but different.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ride nonetheless. Like, what did you guys think of the trailer? I thought it was really solid.
So for me, I think with this one, I think it's gonna be really it's gonna be surprise. This one is gonna be a surpriser to me. Like I think that this might be the dark horse of movies this year or whatever. Like, you know, it because Todd Phillips, he's a good director, man. Like he went from just doing rom comedies and like, you know, just comedies, and then he just made all of a sudden just he's like a good serious movie director or whatever. And I love the fact that he is basically telling a men's perspective of what's going on in life with men. And I kind of like that and everything. Like, you know,
some people get a bit upset at that, but hey, we exist.
It's like the fact that like the first movie was talking about men's mental health. Like that was a, you know, that was
right over the people's heads.
Going right over the people's head. And like, I was like, yo, this is literally talking about men's mental health. How is this, like, why is people getting mad about this? However, so with this one, I think what's probably going to help, probably what the subject matter that he might be talking about for this one is like, you know, men not being able to, you know, approach like a Harley Quinn or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they don't like got the courage or don't got the set of skills to like, you know, have a woman like that or whatever. And why it could be a toxic relationship. You don't know how to have the skills of like being a leader in a relationship type of thing or whatever. I think that's
Relatable.
what this movie. I think this is what that movie's going to probably be talking about on that subject matter right there. That's what I think was going to happen. So I'm really interested. As far as it being a musical or whatever, I think I think he's going for a twofer because they want, since it's a musical, he wants the girlfriends to come with the guys to watch it too. So that's what I'm saying. Like I
Yeah,
think
that makes
I
sense.
I think Todd is playing checkers when everybody else is playing chess with this movie. So I think it's gonna basically show you what a toxic relationship is gonna be from men's point of view. However, that's how I feel and everything. That's what I
That's
think
a
is gonna
damn good
happen in this
quote.
movie.
That's a damn good
Yeah,
quote. Shit. Everyone's playing chess. He's playing
yeah,
checkers. It's pretty good. But yeah,
yeah,
no, I agree. Like, I think, especially because the way the first movie builds up such, suspense and tension up until the moment that it happened, like the gunshot happens, you could build up so many subtle scenes where we know it's toxic, we know it's bad, but the characters don't realize until later on. And then when they do, it's like, okay, we've crossed the point of no return. You could make that really freaking dark. That could be
yeah.
so see. What did you think about it,
There's
Darren?
your turn.
Um, this I'm a fan of the first one, obviously. But the only knock I have with the first Joker is not even a problem with the movie itself. Is that we've seen this movie before. Like it's Taxi
Mhm.
Driver, if you know what Taxi Driver is, and it's King
Yeah,
of Comedy.
that
Yeah,
one.
It's kind of
yeah,
smushed together, which is fine because
yeah,
it's still a great movie of its own right. But I like that this seems to be going for something more like unique and a little more out
yeah,
there. And it's kind of got its own
yeah,
vibe to it, which the musical thing, like I know people kind of nervous about that, but I feel like it's going to serve a narrative purpose. Because I feel like is happening here is I feel like the musical bits will be inside of Harley's head, and some of the other parts will be inside of Joker's head. So like
That's good.
we're seeing both of them like how the first one, like it's in Arthur's head for most of it, and some of it's the regular world. It's going to be kind of like going back and forth between Joker and Harley's heads. So it's like, okay, what part of this is real, and which part of this is them just idealizing
Ooh. Could you
what's
imagine
happening.
yeah,
a style like where they change the perspective shift? Like if we were both having the same conversation right now, and then they retell that same moment, but
Yep.
from the other side, like it's the same scene, same
yeah,
dialogue, how the other person sees it.
Especially because
yeah,
both of them have mental
Ooh,
issues. Like
that could be
there's a
good.
lot going on with
14
that. And I feel
people
like
yeah,
watching. Smash that like button, people.
we're gonna see like the classic Harley Quinn origin story, how she's like the psychiatrist and she gets too close to him and all that stuff happens. Like I feel like we're gonna see that.
Trauma
And
bonding.
I really like the visual style. It feels very like
yeah,
bright. The colors look great. Still looks realistic at the same time.
Hmm.
I'm excited to see what they do with this. Do I still think this movie was necessary? No.
Oh,
wow,
But if you're gonna do it like this. Do it
go
well.
all
Go
in.
all out with it.
Go all out.
yeah.
And it's obviously
So
Joaquin Phoenix, one of the best actors on the planet, and Lady Gaga can act too. I've seen her in a few
Yeah,
things,
she can.
and
She can
if you're
act.
gonna get a musical, you gotta get somebody like that, like someone who can sing.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, whether
Can
you
sing.
are a big fan of her music or not, she can sing.
She
yeah,
can sing.
she can sing.
Yeah.
And
So
they're using they're gonna be using big band
yeah,
music. So like
Carl Lacey.
they're gonna be using like a lot of Sinatra, a lot of
Like classic stuff.
Crosby, yeah,
Yeah.
classical 1940 stuff or whatever. So
Dean
like
Martin. Yeah.
yeah, Dean Martin type of
The other
stuff
thing,
or
like
whatever.
what we
So
were saying with Casablanca and like how stuff in cinema could be related to way back when. The one thing that could do with like having classical music in there is you introduce classics to a whole new audience, a
Yep.
whole new generation. And they're like, oh, this tune from that movie.
I have a vibe that my way is gonna be. I have a vibe is gonna be in this movie.
Yeah, that's gonna be in
yeah,
it.
It's gonna be in this.
Fifteen.
It's gonna be in here, bro.
15 like they said there's supposed to be 15
That's
songs in this movie.
15.
That's like
They confirmed.
Fly me to the
Yeah, they
moon.
confirmed for this season. Yeah, fly me to the
Love that song.
moon.
every classical song that was in that Family Guy episode. Just like all the main
Yeah.
episodes. episode. It's like we're on the
That's why.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be singing "That's Life" or whatever.
Yeah.
But somebody even said this. They said that what if it's like Joker is actually like basically going through his mental health stuff, like he's actually getting himself better,
And then she
and
comes along.
like Harley is the one that brings him back into that Joker
That's kind of what I feel like it
phase or
is,
whatever.
because it looks like he's doing pretty well for himself in prison, wherever he is.
And that could also provide a commentary on you do all the work on yourself, you get yourself out of the shit, and then in comes a toxic individual putting you right back in the shit.
Yeah, because Harley.
Well, I said that from my chest. That felt almost real there. But yeah, carry on.
Because Harley's like a fan of the Joker. Looks like she's admiring him because
that's
Joker,
how it always starts. They're your biggest fan, and then they kick you to the curb.
Because the Joker, she says, I think she says in the trailer, like you did something with your life. I haven't done anything with my life. It's kind of that thing where he like started this whole clown revolution in the first movie, and she probably feels like a nobody.
Yeah.
You know,
She's like
a
fan kind of thing.
Because say what you want to. Okay, I know this is gonna not be the most popular opinion.
Someone.
It's not gonna be the most popular opinion, but Harley and Joker actually work together when Joker is actually a good manipulator. Because like, I'm sorry, like these Harley solo stories are kind of garbage. I'm gonna be 100. Like,
besides the animated
her
show,
being
besides that one, that's the only
yeah. Besides the Batman the animated series or whatever, like most of these Harley standalone things are not really that good. Like you have to have the Joker. Joker and Harley Quinn are a package, man. Like they gotta be together and everything. Like it should, because my thing is this: when people try to get rid of that story, oh, he manipulated. Well, that shows you what not to do. You shouldn't delete that origin story, in my opinion, and everything. So
people actually go through that shit.
Yeah. So that's
obviously most of the toxicity is Joker to Harley, but also Harley does enable the worst of Joker because she just does
Mr. J.
For the most part, until she gets tired of it, she does.
I like sandwich.
She basically gasoline on the fire. She's gasoline on the fire. It's not her fault necessarily because he's a manipulator. So I'm not blaming her for that, but it's like they're not good for each other.
It's also her fault because like she's a really smart like Harley's not a stupid person. Like she's a really smart person. Like
she's just blind. She's just really loyal to people she cares about, and that kind of bites her.
She's blinded by love.
Yeah,
that's what like, and it's more so like a love that is because when you've gone through life and you've never received genuine love, and then someone gives you the love. Oh my god, you're giving me the love that I never had. It's like you become. It's they call it a trauma bond. Where it's like, okay, this person gives you everything that you have never had. So that means you put up with all their bullshit because you'll think you'll never get it again or from anyone else without all the BS.
Yeah.
It's a really bad. And so many people have to deal with that. And, I know some people could say we're reading too much into it, but this is the kind of stuff per the conversations of the first movie. This is the kind of stuff and the conversations the second movie will touch upon. Guaranteed.
It doesn't excuse their actions. They're both terrible people.
Obviously. Both are fucking awful.
Yeah.
This isn't like they made many mistakes. These two are going to be doing some horrible, fucked up shit to each other. And not just like physical or mental. They're going to be destroying each other.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they barely talk to each other through the movie. Like if they barely talk, it's going to be more so like subtle. Like, it wouldn't be a conversation.
I think there's going to be I think she's going to break them out and like near the end of the second act, and they're going to go on a rampage and mess up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there'll be a part of the movie where they're like on a murder spree together or something, and then by the end of the movie, the Joker's going to come and go, "Hey, listen, you're just one crazy, but I can't. Like, you're too much even for me. Like, you got to go. Like, you're stuff like that."
It's like because like my thing is this, like because the thing is, let's just keep it a buck. Honestly, Joker, like I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Jacob, of like her killing him because it's the Joker. He has to fulfill his origin of him and Batman got to go against each other.
Yeah, but this isn't that. I don't need that. Kill them both off. I don't need to see. I don't need to see Batman.
Well, to be fair, we don't know. Okay, that goes back to theory from the first one. We don't know if this Joker is the Joker or if he inspires the Joker. You know what I mean? We don't know if this is the Joker, because there's the whole stupid thing.
Too many Jokers at the moment.
There's 3 Jokers already in the comics. That's the whole thing. Or what's the
that is true. And everything.
Who knows?
I get it, but that would be contingent on them continuing the universe storyline.
Who knows? If they do a trilogy, then Joker probably survives. If they end it here,
okay, yeah, they're going to do a trilogy, aren't they? They're going to do a trilogy.
It just depends. It just depends. Like if you see something, if you hear a shot off screen, Joker's still alive. You don't see Joker like physically die and everything.
Let's say they plan for a trilogy. And just on a quick side note, one song that I would like to play, because I was looking up classic songs, the dance that Steve and Peggy have at the end of Endgame with that song, like the one from Winter Soldier, that one should be in here too. Like, just imagine as a contrast to Steve and Peggy, it's like all sweet and cute and lovely, and this one's like terrible and bad.
Get some Louis Armstrong.
Shut up, Marvel. Boom.
What a wonderful world.
But I think if you're going to do a trilogy, then because I don't want, I really please be careful, Todd. If they do a trilogy, then maybe Batman.
The only thing is, if they do a trilogy, you know what people are going to ask for?
Batman.
Ask for Batman. Yeah,
he's be in the third.
They have to put Batman in it, or like just a glimpse of Batman or whatever.
Nah,
I think at least the grown-up Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
if they were to do a trilogy, they would have to include Batman, and I think with the way that they're going,
I don't know if that would work.
I don't know if it will work though, because the tone of movies, like the tone of these kinds of movies, especially these two, if you get to the third Batman, you can't put this Joker back in the cell. Like, he's got to go. Like, and then you kill, then you have Batman kill him, and then you open that can of worms, and then
okay, you can make it happen so Batman doesn't kill him.
Most likely, James Gunn probably already talked to Todd Phillips and just said, like, hey, bro, like, you know, you're getting a little too close to the Batman thing. Like, dial it back a little bit or something. Like, you know.
This is why I didn't want other characters coming into the fold, because now,
to be fair, we don't know how long this takes place after the first one. Bruce might still be a kid. Bruce might still be a kid here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because Bruce was like, what, like,
well, I mean,
he was like, what, 12, 10 in the first one?
Like, if it follows the standard,
it's Bruce's origin story. It's Bruce's origin story.
Yeah.
So
if this follows the standard trilogy, like the standard trilogy trope, the third film always goes back to the first film. Like, the third film always says, "Okay, you thought you knew this, but you didn't know this," you know. And because if they were to include Batman in the third film, he can't be Batman. Like, he's got to be more. He's going to be more like BBS Batman.
I would include Bruce Wayne. I would include Bruce Wayne, not Batman yet. He's still like not quite Batman. He's like his training or whatever. But he's not Batman.
To be fair, like, it's open ended because the thing is, if Joker will be like 60 by the time Batman is like 20, am I right?
That's another weird thing.
So you guys might be right that this might just be not the Joker, but he might just be like the origin of how the Joker.
They might go that route then. They might have this Joker die and set up 3 Jokers. And not continue it like a Dark Knight Rises ending, where he's clearly set up to be like Robin, Nightwing, whatever, but then they just let you fill in the blank.
Because like they kind of set it up in the first one with the whole like clown like thing where like you start if that actually happened, because we don't know if that actually.
I mean, that was my idea for like, or our idea even for the second one. Like, if they were to do a second one, I wanted them to get Robert Nepper, who played Teabag in Prison Break. I wanted them to get what's his face, the guy who voices Raggy, Matthew Lillard to play a Joker, and I wanted Willem Dafoe. Like, I wanted those 3 as 3 Jokers that are inspired by Joaquin Phoenix. Now, imagine that as a cast: Joaquin Phoenix, Robert Nepper, Matthew Lillard, Willem Dafoe. Like, that right there, where the idea of the Joker has become so big, there's other Jokers in the mix. Like, that would make for a great movie. Maybe that'll be the third one: multiple Jokers.
But because because the whole thing is like in depth. You become
what's up, Adrian? Adrian.
In depth, you become a symbol. You know. Like that's the whole
But
idea.
then again, it goes back to like,
In a way.
Harley will probably have to live too. Like,
Yeah,
as she goes on to do her own.
I don't see both of them
Oh.
making. I don't see both of them making it out of this. That's the thing.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that first movie
The worst thing can happen is it's all in his head. Like, that's what I don't want.
Don't do that.
You can't do that trick twice.
No. Like, even in
Or-
The Walking
or-
Dead, I didn't
a lot
want
of-
it there. I don't want it here.
What a lot of people think. A lot of people think it's
Oh,
all in. A lot of people think it's all in her head this time.
It's like that whole,
Which-
character wakes up from a coma. It was all just a dream.
Which would make
Like,
more
nope.
sense. But I still don't want that.
Nah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Avoid that at all costs. It feels like the multiverse thing, like, as a way of like shirking,
And like you already did that in the first movie, so it's kind of like you're borrowing from your own tricks.
Yeah.
But I trust Todd Phillips that they're gonna have.
Yeah. Todd Phillips is a good director. Like, he surprised me, dude. Like he did War Dogs, he did the Hangover series, he did Road Trip. Like, he's a pretty good director, man. So,
Yeah. He's a very good director. Like, I mean, damn, we got 17 people watching. Smash that like button, people.
General Patton.
I think Jesus Christ. I think we're just in a transitional period with it where it's I'm very much interested to see the route that they go. And like, Todd has his vision and he's telling these singular stories. Cool. But depending on how much money this makes and the fact that DC have said this is clearly Elseworlds and it has its market, part of me thinks they'll find some way to keep it around. And it could go either way. It very much depends on the story of this one,
Because now I don't know if this one is 100% true or not or whatever, but like I know that Todd Phillips was interested in like doing other characters
He
in
did
the
mention that.
Rose Gallery, like Rose Gallery outside of Joker or whatever. Like, he doesn't mind doing like a Penguin, Two-Face, Ivy or whatever. Like, he can like tell stories like that, just like in his own universe. It's like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. Like, Todd Phillips knows how to do better stories without the main character inside the dang Sony. You need to probably get some notes on how from Todd Phillips on how he does it, bro. Because like, y'all sure don't know how to do it. Like,
give Todd Phillips a Venom movie or a.
Oh, dude. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Yeah, Todd Phillips. Yeah, Todd Phillips. For some reason, like, Todd Phillips is like really good with just like taking like a villain, like a comic booky or whatever, and like put him in as a real person.
He would do such
and like you can
with characters like Clayface or Two-Face or Scarecrow, people like that. Like, he would do great stuff with them.
Yeah.
Scarecrow would be scary. That'd be crazy.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Oh, it's just the only problem that you run into is the DCU is going to have these characters established or about to be established.
That's where it gets awkward. Yeah.
Then you've got two versions of them running around at the same time. Who's the understudy? Like, who's the lesser? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
You have to make them different takes because they feel the same. People get confused if they're like too similar. You have to make them really different.
Yeah.
So we've got DC with multiple characters of different universes running around at the same time. We've got Sony and MCU with multiple versions of the same characters running around at the same time. And we're confused and trying to keep on top of it. The regular person's going to go nuts. Like,
at this point, it's like, who cares anymore? It's like,
Just go watch it. Or don't.
In the multiverse.
Watch it or don't.
Whatever. Yeah.
Everything's connected.
Like,
we love multiverse.
Yeah, everything's connected. Yeah. I guess we could switch on to the
one.
Reverse Flash movie would be crazy. That would be, oh my god. I would watch the hell out of that. The craziest DC villain of all time. Reverse Flash.
I was gonna say. So I guess we can move on to the next topic in DC. Is we finally got the Superman logo. Like, James Gunn has revealed it. He says this is 100% true. It is my vision, and this is what we're going to be doing. Like, we are going straight Kingdom Come for this one or whatever. So the Kingdom Come storyline. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, the logo in and of itself is cool. I think it's everyone's like freaking the fuck out, like, oh, it's not the classic one. It's not. It's like, hang on, give it, whoa, slow down. You'll get your classic Superman logo eventually. It's just a character progression. Now with regards to Kingdom Come Superman, I only know a little bit about it. I don't know the full details, so I'm kind of going in with like
Darius will know on that one.
like pre notions of the character. So I'm excited to see what Kingdom Come Superman is all about. But does either of you two like have like more extensive knowledge on that? Because I only
Darius will
know.
probably know that.
I know.
Darius will probably know more.
Kingdom Come is like.
We have a
I
little
don't.
look.
So people freaking out about Kingdom Come. They think, oh yeah, another evil Superman, because that's kind of what it is. But I don't think that's what they're doing here, because everything James Gunn has said about it seems more about like a reverse Kingdom Come, where it's like Superman is in a dark world and he's like the light in it instead of the opposite. Because that's, hold on, Kingdom Come. Let me get like the synopsis of.
Okay, so that's interesting, because we always see Superman being the light, all the time, everywhere, all at once. To have him be like the light in a situation where he's in a very dark world, that can make for a very interesting scenario. Kingdom Come Superman is basically injustice without him turning evil. Okay, yeah. So it's a Superman that will make the hard decisions without fully crossing over to the dark side, basically.
He's not evil. He's
okay, fair. He's a bit like I guess you could say a Mace Windu, I guess, like someone that would be like willing to make the hard.
Basically, Lois still dies, and it's kind of really similar to Injustice. She gets killed by the Joker.
Oh, that fucker
again. But
that guy's always on job. That
he he goes to like the Forces of Solitude and basically like absorbs
trying to find the image. Where is it?
Like a bunch of knowledge and stuff. Like,
it's the image. That's the one that I wanted to find.
Kind of like retreats to the Forces of Solitude for a while, which I don't see any of that stuff happening. I think it's just more of a this would be kind of a reverse Kingdom Come. I don't think he's gonna do that, because that'd be a lot to do in the first. I'm not gonna kill Lois Lane in her first appearance. Like, calm down, guys.
Nah, that just wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense at all.
That wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, they're already establishing certain characters existing within the universe itself. So it's like, it's probably just to do a different take for a little while and then get back to what we know. And I think that can make for a very unique kind of story.
This kind of follows the world descending into chaos. I think Kingdom Come is I think Superman is the world's, because Superman if these characters already exist, Superman's going to be the one that kind of undoes this world being kind of messed up.
He brings it all back.
But the thing is an interesting concept, because like in most cinematic universes, even the MCU, the world was relatively peaceful, and then superheroes started appearing, and then things kind of got messed up. I think it's going to be the opposite, where things are already messed up, and then superheroes start appearing to fix it.
And to be fair, that's what the superhero genre in general needs right now, because if like outside of like story and movie and whatever, when we all were kids looking at superhero comics or cartoons or whatever, we didn't care this person said that or that person did this. We were just like, no, these heroes are pretty cool. We look up to them, and they inspire us in our everyday lives. It's characters like Superman, Luke Skywalker originally, like just characters like that, they're fictional, but they taught you so much about life and how to navigate it, more than even real people could. I think that's quite powerful. That's a very good approach. And if they knock it out of the park, this universe will be solid.
Yeah, because Superman's supposed to represent like joy and
hope.
Speaking of Kingdom Come, RJ, so like he's wearing the Venom shirt. Hey, look at him. Here he is. What's up, mofo?
Finally.
Tony Stark over there.
Mr. Stark.
Stark had to do some taxes, so
oh boy.
Oh god, you reminded me. I gotta do mine. Shit. Don't make a joke about doing it. I don't like it either. I hate it.
I wasn't gonna even say anything.
You're thinking it though. You're thinking it. I didn't do
Anyway,
nothing.
I'll let the British guy digress.
Yeah. I'm scarred.
RJ, what do you think about the new logo for Kingdom Come or Superman James? It's
Bro,
finally,
that shit ass.
huh?
I said that shit ass. No, I'm playing.
Wow. First century sentences. That
There we
shit.
go.
No, I mean,
Here we go.
it's okay. It's not anything like special.
Just
It's
sit
not
back.
anything to go crazy about. But it's probably not going to be the full like. It's not going to be the final version of the logo. Probably it's probably just a logo for right
Oh, yeah,
now.
it's an evolution. It will get there eventually.
But by the time the movie
I think it's
comes
just
out, like
saying.
a different logo entirely. So
Yeah, it's just going to be like that for a little while. I think, when the logo dropped, though, there was like this massive outcry of people literally going, "I don't like it." Like, just
It's just started fans.
relax. Just
I gotta be real.
Nope.
Like I'm really getting tired of like discourse around like logos and like designs of costumes. It's really like getting annoying. Like it's a like especially when people like leave out the context. Like they did this with like Matt Reeves' Batman. Like it's a year 2 Batman costume. Yeah, it's not gonna be a year 8 Batman costume. It's a
why is he not? Why does the suit not look 100%?
we have certain people on
people
YouTube
want
complaining about a suit.
People want the most iconic like version immediately. They don't like.
Doesn't
Sometimes
always work that
characters
way.
grow into that. Like Spider-Man in the MCU. Like he got the costume you all wanted in the end.
Exactly. This man down here is like,
Yeah.
Let's be real. The reason that you don't get one costume the whole trilogy, they want to sell toys, bro. Let's call it what it is. That's what they do.
That's the market.
Johnny, it goes back to the old school quote of "It's just
good business."
Why would I have one?
Why do you people think pop vinyls, as popular as they are, they have about 50 different versions of Ray? Like, because it's like you can get Ray with a lightsaber, Ray with a stick, Ray with the dark saber. Like,
but they also prove that pop vinyls are like not valuable anymore. That's the funny part.
No, they oversaturated themselves. But like the point is that
why would I have one costume for the character when I can have little Timmy can have buy 5 costumes?
Even when you look at No Way Home, and just on a quick side note, since we brought it up, right? When he had the black and gold suit, it's just his suit inside out.
There's
it's not
no
a brand new suit. It's not.
I know, like I like how like people had like theories about that suit, and then you just see the movie. He's like there for like 5 minutes, and it's like, oh, he got it because somebody.
But it's a whole new toy that sells. Like that's it's just because make no mistake. Like I'm gonna say,
like, why is he wearing the Iron Spider suit on the bridge fight? I don't know, because we need to sell the toy of him doing that. Like, there's no reason.
Because as Quentin Tarantino said, it's like I'm here to sell my movie. Like make no mistake, this is a commercial for my movie. I'm here to sell my movie and make money. It's like,
you don't have to like it. That's why.
I mean, pretty much that's what Batman and Robin was. Like it was there just to sell the action figures. That's all it was.
Basically. That's also why certain characters are involved in certain movies and shows, just for toys.
Oh no, but they're there for a really meaningful character arc and story arc.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna tell you straight up.
It can be both. It can be both. It can be both at the same time.
Can be both.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up. These companies ain't stupid. Like they think 10 times ahead than we do. Like I'm telling you, when you think you've then got them figured out, they got like 3 or 4 steps. Like
it wouldn't surprise me if they've got like 5 versions of Superman's suit ready to go for the movie.
Speaking of that, I want to see the suit already.
And then they'll have concept art. And do you know what the problem is? Concept art will release, and this happened with Rise of Skywalker, and it really pissed me off. It's like, the concept art drops. Oh, it would have been a better movie than what we got. It's like you don't know that. It's a concept art image.
And a lot of times,
that's another thing. People are doing it all the time.
If the suit drops and people are like, oh my god, this suit is fucking shit. It's trash. Did you shit this out last night or what? Like it. People could say that, but we all know, like all of us know, that a concept doesn't always translate to screen. Like the concept may look great, but it may not translate on screen or in the movie that surrounds.
Sometimes things say it's concept for.
Hello
reason,
there.
You know.
Hello there.
Screw
look
the
who
Chiefs.
arrived.
What's up, TCK?
Did you guys talk about the Joker trailer yet?
Yes.
we did.
Yeah, we already did, but we can talk about it again. What you guys think about it?
RJ's roundup. Carry on. Go on, RJ. Get your little.
Well, that looks. I'm gonna be real. I know it hasn't come out yet, but people were saying that like Dune Part 2 might sweep the Oscars. I don't know, man. Like I feel like it's gonna be a competitive race. Like I feel like
people that say that fanboys and fangirls over certain actors.
You can't say that 3 months of the year, guys.
Exactly. But another thing is like the production design looks good. I think people have
Timothy Chalamet. Like, all right, who's it?
Like, just.
But I feel like we're gonna with the first movie how it was a Joker's head. Like a lot of the stuff it was a fantasy. I feel like we're gonna do that with Harley. And a little bit of both, but mostly with Harley. Like I feel like a lot of stuff. Because if you look at the trailer, there's like scenes of where she's like in Arkham Asylum, and there's a scene where she's not, where she's walking up the stairs, just like Arthur did in the first movie. So I'm wondering, like, she like starts out in the asylum, or like she's like a regular person, and then she ends up being in the asylum with Joker, or like Joker's imagining her in the asylum. Or maybe she goes visits him. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It was very interesting how they put the trailer. What are you laughing at?
It's just the face expressions. Everyone's got like a different face expression. You have like a thinking one. Danny's is just like chill, like just like the nose, like.
What the fuck, bro?
I don't know. My mind zoned out to how everyone was reacting to the dialogue. It was just a thing. Brain fart.
What
It's 3 a.m. Carry on.
Oh, that was it. Oh, yeah. I was just saying, like, they seem like they're going with different directions. I wonder what they're gonna do with Zazie Beetz' character in this movie, because she's supposed to be
is she in it? Or
she's supposed to be in it.
Oh no! Oh, I didn't know about that. She might be in.
She might be in danger. About that?
Yeah, she's supposed to be coming back.
She might be in danger.
Might be dead.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
2 comic book things in a row, Invincible and Joker.
But also, I don't know if you guys heard it, but Harvey Dent is prosecuting Arthur in the movie.
Oh,
because if you look, there's like a slow sign in like the background. One of the shots. That is
yeah. Oh my god.
So, okay, so if Harvey's the prosecutor, you think Harley Quinn is going to make him Two-Face?
Well, I think that somebody I don't know if you guys know, but Boba Talk, he's a YouTuber. He covers like all things DC. He said that maybe the explosion in the trailer causes him to go into Two-Face. So maybe the explosion's in the courtroom and it makes him Two-Face.
Oh, do you think they're gonna start doing the Two-Face movie like we just talked about? Not too long ago.
What we were talking about before you guys joined was the fact that this is going to be a self-contained universe in and of itself. Let's just call it what it is. It's going to happen.
We don't need 3 continuities, please. No, no.
Let's just get it all out there.
Just get it all out there. Like let everyone have a Dark Label movie. Like,
why do we need 3 DC continuity? This is what.
Fuck's sake!
It's just like the comics now. Where it's just like, yeah, this is all.
Didn't we just say that?
Many.
We weren't gonna do.
Anyways, Noah, what do you
TCK, what do you think about Joker 2? What do you think about
that? There's like anyways, no.
I was really surprised by that trailer. It looks from the trailer alone, which we can't.
What are you?
But it looks. What's going on?
What the hell happened to it?
I don't know.
Anyway, it looks good. It looks like it's like continuing, following the roots of the original. Like there's a lot of parallels just from that trailer that you can track from the original movie. Like a lot of which I like that they're doing that. And because when we heard it was going to be a musical, at least I thought it's going to be like a completely different thing.
High School Musical.
Like they're going to go off the rails and not, and not stick to what the first movie was,
It's true.
But it looks like they're sticking to the roots, which I like. Yeah, I'm more excited for it after seeing that trailer. It was really, really good. And yeah, I'm excited. But I'm still not down with there's no original music. It's all, like covers of real music. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm 50-50.
Like they confirmed 15 songs that are gonna be in there. Like
yeah.
I just want them to tread carefully. Like, don't get so caught up in the fact that, like, oh my god, we can have an ultra realistic take on every DC villain. Whoa! I don't want them to get so caught up on that. They're like, oh my god, let's give Two-Face one, let's give Scarecrow one, let's give Clayface one, let's give this person one, Joker 4. Just
don't say Joker 4, please. I don't even know if I
want to. Easy.
Yeah, but this is the thing though, like, because Joker started this all, if they really wanted a trilogy, if they're going to set Two-Face up, what do you just ignore the character of Arthur Fleck and move on? Or do you still keep going and continue with him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So it means they're going to probably try and keep him around as long as possible because he's the center of the universe.
I mean, here's the thing, though. With this movie had, like, I'm really interested to see this movie for one thing is, like, Joaquin Phoenix doesn't do sequels. So, yeah, we can say the paycheck and all that stuff, but he's really particular. Like, he's one of those actors.
He doesn't sign off to anything.
The script had to have been good. It had two things. The money and the script has to be good. So,
you already know the money was like,
show me.
For sure. But it's like, come on. The script, he ain't going to do it for a bad script.
For sure. But even then, like,
take a shot at Christian Bale, but come on.
Like, as great as Joaquin is, and we love Christian Bale, the GOAT. As much as we love Joaquin and whatever else, money really does talk. Like, there's so many people, like, regardless of their talent and their pedigree, when they're waving that money right at you, like, you can say that you're like the most integral person ever. No, I'm upholding my values and my integrity, but why is the Karate Kid movie a thing?
Especially when the first movie made $1 billion.
It's more of one of them things where I think, like I said, the movie guaranteed is going to be good, minimum. So anything above that, even better. I think it's going to be a great movie regardless. The more you do it, the more likely you are to fuck it up. And the thing is, the studio, which we know and love, being Warner Brothers, will get involved and they'll start saying, so you've made another $1 billion on this movie. You need Two-Face in this movie. You need to set up Scarecrow. You need to set up all these properties so we can make all this money. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be the Sony bullshit all over again. But then they'll say, oh, it's not part of the main universe. So it's fine that it is in this universe. We can just keep churning out stuff because we can, because it's dark label. It doesn't matter if we fuck things up along the way, And then we've got multiple versions of the same characters running all over the gaff. I mean, I
kind of disagree. I don't think they're doing that with with Todd Phillips, because like Danny said like a while back, I literally think that he literally wrote the script during the pandemic and just said, you know what?
Yeah,
let's call Joaquin Phoenix.
Maybe, but
I don't think.
I'm telling you, that's what he did.
I mean, yeah, but that may have been the case then, but we're not then. We're now. Time has changed since then. Like it may have been then, and maybe
I do get what Jacob's saying, that like that might be what he set out to do. Doesn't mean that's what one of us.
Doesn't mean that's what they're gonna set out to do.
Yeah, but they could do whatever they want.
Like they're trying to drive the price of the company up because they're trying to sell again. Like we got to keep that in mind too.
Like why do you think the Snyderverse is still being talked about to this day? Because they're leaking out stuff so people keep talking about it.
They can easily say set up Harvey Dent, this, that, and the third, but I highly doubt that he's going to continue after he's only going to.
But they won't need him though. They'll just get someone else.
No, for sure. But who's really going to?
I don't know.
Are they really going to make
they'll do the Sony thing of where it doesn't matter who's doing it. They'll set it up and then they'll say, "Hey, it was in that movie, so we can pay it off." And then they'll do it again with another
I'm
character.
just gonna tell you straight up, like, let's just hypothetically, let's just say they have a Joker. Hey, we didn't get what we want. This is happening. We don't like it, but it's happening. Yeah, pull the Jacob right there. Yeah. But if they're saying that they have a different director, it's not Joaquin Phoenix. I would not even bother watching that movie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't need to watch it.
Lol.
I mean, I just don't think they're gonna.
I think it's because unlike most superhero movies at the moment, and I know like Joker and Joker 2, for all intents and purposes, are not comic book movies, and they're merely just attached to the brand because of the IP and the characters. They're such a high quality caliber of movie and film. They're film, that I just. Please preserve them. We have so little at the moment. Like, please, for the love of God, preserve them.
I just don't think that they're trying to, especially money-wise. Like, let's be real. Joker made $1 billion because it's the villain, the number one villain of Batman. If you make a Harvey Dent movie, that's not touching $1 billion. Let's be real. That's touching like 500 mil, 600 mil at best.
Yeah, only the diehard fans like us will be there.
And they have people behind the scenes that look at the money and look at projection on how much it's going to make. That they can think about doing it all they want to. It's not making close to Joker money.
Yeah,
it'll be better. It'll be better as a TV show.
Put it on the streaming platform or something.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's such a Pandora's box of so much stuff. I just want them to tread carefully. Like, I think at the end of the day, we all kind of agree. It's just more of please be careful.
We didn't want a second one, but here we are. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. Almost everybody that covers pop culture even said they didn't want a second one. I don't know any.
This is the first time we've talked about anything DC related where everyone is on the same page. Why the hell are you making a second one? But then we go, you know what? Based on that trailer, all right. It's so crazy. We actually have some common ground for once. It's weird.
Oh, also another thing, the trailer, I feel like Arthur, he kind of seems a bit like not like the first, like, besides him in the makeup, but
that's what Darius and Danny were saying. They were saying that he actually seems better.
Yeah, he seems better. Do you guys think that Harley might be the one to kind of like bring him?
That's basically what we talked about.
Well, I mean, you see, there's a shot in the trailer where.
Lord.
Thank you for the donation, Natalie. I really appreciate the $2, but that backpack scene is the definition of cringe. But thank you for the donation.
There's a scene in the trailer. There's a shot where Harley has a gun to Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does she pulls it up to him and he's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know the minute mark that it's at?
It's towards the end. It's really quick.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
You gotta stop it. And then she does like the makeup thing that he did in the first one. He like smiled with the blood and stuff.
That's bloody weird. Let me see if I can find
that shot. Whoever came up with that, because this is another thing. If you watch the featurette and the behind the scenes from the first film, Todd Phillips, he's like a really underrated like director and a filmmaker.
But the visuals from that trailer alone are beautiful.
Yeah,
he comes up like that shot at this like towards the end, like where he's talking to Harley and like
that's not it.
That's a fan.
That's a fan trailer. Anyway, but like
I've done an Evan. Sorry, it's not it.
She puts some lipstick, smile on the glass. He kind of like just goes like it's pretty cool. Like, that was a good
I said that to Danny the other day.
I like that shot at the end of the trailer. That was pretty good.
It's insane.
That one, yeah.
I
want to watch the behind the scenes when they eventually comes out and who came up with that. I want to know.
This here. This is film. That is film. That shot right there. Oh, he's just got red lipstick on his mouth. It's like no. It's on the glass into shot as he smiles. That's fucking genius.
It's before this. Go a little bit.
Let's go back a little bit.
This is incredible. Is it so the gun moment, is it in this bit or before it?
Nah,
there we go. Let me just so I don't get copyrighted. Wow. Damn. She doesn't look like she's wearing any makeup here either.
But another thing is like there's another shot in the trailer where she's walking in her costume, walking up to the courtroom because he's on trial. And I just want to know, like, is she like, because how is she like allowed to go? Because like, if she is she in the asylum?
Also, she's a lawyer.
Wait, sorry. Wait, in this shot, wait, stay on the shot for a sec. It's also it's in front of the audience, like how Joker shot Murray during the show.
Yeah.
Like, now she's in the show. Like,
see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I really wouldn't rule out, like, if they're not doing a Joker 3, I really wouldn't rule out the possibility of her killing him off either.
I think she's gonna kill. I think that's gonna happen. I think she's gonna kill him.
Well, because I think like the first Joker movie set up is there's gonna be a whole bunch of different Jokers. In this universe. Like, if you kill this guy, doesn't mean Joker's dead. Like,
that's what I think.
Is still out
we
there.
Talked about the fact that like assuming Batman eventually is supposed to exist in this universe, even if we don't see that, Joker Arthur would be way too old to be like his Joker.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. Like now if I calculated the age, like by the time like Bruce is like 20, Arthur would be like 60 something, bro. Like
it's still true to the origin in a way, and it's like I said, like they don't have to do this, and I know I said it before, but I really think these castings would be so fucking good, like because they're one-offs. Like you don't have to keep them. You know, Willem Dafoe, Matthew Lillard, and Robert Nepper plays T-Bag on Prison Break. Like those three as Jokers that spawn from this one. Oh.
No, like you could even tease like if Joker does die, you could tease the actual Joker, the one that actually fights Batman. Like,
and you don't even have to give him an actor or anything like that. You could just reveal like his costume and that's it, and then leave it. Let us fill in the blank.
Like he was watching what's happening on TV or something, and he's like,
the whole time, you know, because I think didn't Gotham the TV show touch on that?
Yeah, none of those guys are actually the Joker. And
they were and then the idea of the Joker carried on, and then the real Joker came around.
Yeah,
but then again, I don't think the Joker should have an origin story. I think it should be vague. Like that's just me and everything. So
yeah, I would leave it well enough alone. But based on this first movie, I think in this particular universe, it's gonna be its thing. But in general, leave Joker's origin alone. The point of the Joker is you don't know where he comes from. That's what makes him good. Just a crazy lunatic with a card. Speaking of crazy lunatics with a card, I think we should probably transition to one of the greatest episodes ever. Introduce it, Danny.
So, fellas, X-Men 97. So far, this show has been pretty dope. And this right here, this episode right here was
just gonna.
Oh fuck!
Banger. Oh, well,
right.
I guess so,
hang on. Do I talk spoilers or do I not talk spoilers now?
Oh, they're gone. So I mean, I guess
they're gone.
Basically, I'm gonna get my hot take out the way. I couldn't really care for Rogue's. I'm just gonna be that guy. I was sad for Gambit and Magneto. I didn't give a shit about Rogue. She played them up against each other and she lost both of them. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't care. Like the part at the end where she's holding Gambit and she says, "I can't feel you." That was heartbreaking. Like, that got me. I was like, okay, that's really emotional. That's sad. But don't pretend you weren't just fucking around with the both of them before the start of this and now they're both gone. Like,
I mean, I agree with that too. But she did realize what she did. I gotta give her that. She did realize.
I feel like this show just did. It had Gambit sitting there on the sidelines, and because they weren't together, it was like everything was acceptable. And I don't know why the X-Men, even in the comics, they do this, and I don't like it. It's like you don't need to.
It's a big old soap opera.
You really don't.
I don't think. And I wouldn't even call this a cuckoldery relationship because it's like, you know, it's like your ex just showed up. It just showed up. It's not Magneto's fault that, like, you know, Rogue caught feelings up again. He wasn't even trying to do it. Like that.
It's not Magneto's fault, but I think it's more so my issue with the handling of Gambit and just like, you know, keeping him kind of on the side. Like, but that's my only gripe. Other than that, just because I want to give it context, is people like, oh my god, you don't like? No, I love Rogue. She's cool. It's just with this particular storyline, it's a bit iffy with me. But the performance by the actress of Rogue was freaking stellar. Like towards the end, when we think Gambit's gone, like that right there was beautiful. And I think we all know Gambit and Magneto are coming back. We all know.
I mean, there's a reason they showed Cable before this.
It's just gonna be a little while, maybe. And I think you know, Gambit, we have barely seen anything of. And I think that's where a lot of my frustration comes from, is Gambit has never been given his due, ever. And finally, he has a moment where he destroys that Sentinel. He destroys that.
But didn't we talk about this last week? No, Jacob, me and you talked about this last week.
A character would be killed, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did say it.
It was so fucking...
And I honestly thought Magneto was safe, but apparently not. Like, I mean, again, they'll undo it, but he's gone.
It wasn't just one either, because you look in the background, a shit ton of dudes died.
I'm pretty sure they killed the whole Hellfire Club.
Yeah, Shaw's dead. I think Emma Frost got away. I don't think she's dead.
Yeah,
Emma Frost is still alive.
It's too important for them to kill her off screen like that.
Kurt, Nightcrawler almost died. He's alive. Almost. Barely.
He's injured. He's incredible. Then you've got
Madeline Pryor's dead. She's dead.
What's that one? Callisto, is it? Or not?
Callisto.
Callisto.
Did she die?
Yes, she died.
Madeline Pryor died right after seeing Cable. She's dead.
Yeah. They bumped off so many people.
After she realized that was her son. That's sad, man. She realized that was her son.
Yeah.
She died immediately after that. That's
damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the episode.
This show showed no mercy to anybody, bro. Like,
and when it hit, I'm like, oh my god, this writing is incredible. Holy shit.
Did you guys notice the Watcher in the sky? As soon as he showed up,
I saw that. I'm like, oh my god. Like,
I rewatched the episode more than 3 times, bro, and I'm like, dang, bro.
You know what we were saying about the 90s series is?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Whenever the Watcher shows up,
like, it's very
bad
faint.
shit about
It's like in the distance, like it's not like so clear, but you can see him. He's there, and they put that there on purpose. They put that there on purpose. They know what they're doing, and it was just one of them moments where I think that line of dialogue by Rogue at the end, where it's like, "I can't feel you." Like, she can actually hold him now and touch him, but she can't feel him. That right there, that is where I feel sorry for Rogue. That was fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa,
that
level of writing is barely in half of the X-Men movies.
You know what one of my favorite parts of this episode is not even the massacre. It's at the beginning of the episode when Scott's talking to the reporter and he gets pissed off and he's like, what do we have to do to be like, you come in here and you try to set us up with these questions. I gotta sit here and play nice.
Yeah.
We're out here
this is where I kind of felt bad for Scott. He's like, you know what? Screw you guys and everything. I'm tired of playing this character. I have to be glad.
Like, per what you guys are saying, I'm glad that this show is actually touching upon the fact that while Magneto's trying to be more like Charles, the X-Men are starting to become more like Magneto. It's like, we're sick of this shit. Like, enough.
I keep on saying it. It's like they embrace the Magneto style a little bit.
There comes a point where, you know, we've seen it in movies and in comics and in the games and in the cartoons, but it's so fascinating when the X-Men are pushed to a point where even freaking Cyclops, for as a Boy Scout as he is, even he's like, this is enough now. Like, this is ridiculous.
Scott has a line I love. He says, "You're lucky we're not like you, because if we were, you'd be dead.
If we were, you'd be gone."
If we treated you like you treat us, you'd be dead, bro. Because we could end you.
Dude, he embraced the Magneto's philosophy. Like, Magneto got to him, bro. He's like, you know what,
you know, I saw
point, man. Like,
I saw a comment that summed it up perfectly. Episodes 1 to 4, okay, we're back. Here's a bit of nostalgia. Here's your childhood. Episode 5, okay, shit's about to get real.
Yeah.
Episode 5 shows like this show kind of grew up because the 90s show bad things happen, but like not like that, not like this. This was like
that's like, I don't even think I've seen anything like this in the Spider-Man show or
this was like Danny. This was like Invincible. That's actually what it was.
It was like Invincible. Like this was like the most brutal episode. Like I'm not gonna lie, like as much as I love the old '90s series of X-Men, this is the most brutal episode that I've seen. Like I'm not even going front and everything. Like
when that Sentinel pulled up and massacred people on the spot.
Bro, they were getting disintegrated. I was like, yo, they just died. What is going on?
And then, oh god, my heart was in my mouth for Nightcrawler when he was about to get hit. I was like, no, you. And this is the beautiful thing: when you actually kill off characters just before, then you feel like, oh my god, Nightcrawler, like Kurt might actually die here, like because then you're like, oh shit,
Archangel's dead. Like, Archangel got blown. Archangel got like
Archangel got exploded, bro. No, but I feel so bad for Magneto because he said like when Charles's statue went down, you could tell where he just said like, I'm sorry, my old friend, but I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he basically just said like, nah, man, they gotta stop. They gotta go. Like these guys gotta go. Like
and like
hundreds, if not thousands, of mutants were killed.
Yeah, and like the thing about Genosha is
massive genocide.
They do a good job because Genosha in the comics, it does happen in the comics. There's like a genocide basically.
Mm-hmm.
But like the episode tricks you into thinking like, nothing's wrong. It's just like love drama and like some political stuff. Some political stuff with the UN. Like you think it's gonna be like a normal episode, but then like Madeline Pryor has that vision, and then Cable shows up. You're like, wait a minute, why is Cable here? Like, what do you mean?
Oh, boys, even Moira, was killed.
She's
off.
dead. Moira attacked.
Yep.
So Shaw's dead. Emma Frost is missing. Magneto's probably dead. Gambit's dead. Archangel.
Okay, I think that.
Bro.
Okay.
Magneto might be alive.
I know this might be. I think Magneto might still be alive because I'm in the fact of if I don't see a body and everything, like
what about that little green fellow was it with him? Was it Leech? Leech, was that his name?
Yeah,
I think he's gonna say Leech.
Because Leech can turn mutant powers off, and if your mutant power is off, the Sentinel won't attack you. So there's a theory that Leech turned Magneto's powers off, and the Sentinel didn't sense Magneto anymore, so it just left him alone.
Fair, I'll be real. All the X-Men are for the streets. To be fair, the way they
are. I mean, look at Cyclops.
Now I feel bad. Like now, Cyclops was wrong for like you're having thoughts with another woman. I'm like, oh snap! Like, come on, Scott. Yeah, come on, dog.
She says that to him after she kissed
Logan.
Prior.
Wolverine. I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like,
sorry, where do you get off on your moral high ground?
I'm not going to defend.
No. Do you know what I was thinking in that moment?
I'm proud of Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine stepped up.
I'm proud of. No, I'm proud of Wolverine because that just proves that he's like a legit. Like
no,
that means he actually has respect for Scott to where like, nah, bro, like this ain't. He's like, nah, Red, we can't do this. Like that, you're Scott's girl. I'm like.
Also, the Cyclops thing. I'm not going to defend him. Technically, Madeline is the mother of his child, so like,
they're allowed to talk.
I mean, they shouldn't have kissed.
Not do any of that.
They shouldn't have kissed. But like, you can talk to the mother of your child. That's
like Scott was flirting. Like Scott was like literally flirting with her while he was talking to Jean. Okay, that is disrespectful and everything, but still, like, come on, Jean, you just kissed another dude.
You have no leg to stand on. You are just as bad. You just kissed the other guy right before the scene. Like honestly, I'm sorry. This is my biggest issue with the X. I don't like this stuff. This stuff I don't like. This is when the show's at its weakest. I'm like, I don't like this love angsty crap. Like, I don't get it out of here. Like, it's not.
It's part of it, unfortunately.
Like, it just drags it out. Like, there's so many other ways to do things, you know. But
at least, I mean,
the X-Men's storylines. It always has been.
Yep.
Well, we can confirm that Magneto was the first one to get them cheeks.
Yeah. Just like the comics.
Yeah, and now we lose Gambit, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like you lost Gambit. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. It's okay. We all know Cable's gonna undo it. He's gonna fix. Cable's gonna fix.
Yeah.
it.
See, that's just the thing. Okay, I know this might be a stretch. This might be a stretch.
What?
I just saw like the last part of it.
Best to not address it. Best to not address it.
All I just saw was a B and a J. At the, like, wow.
Jesus
Christ.
Sure.
You need some soap in that mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go ahead, Danny.
No, I was gonna say like the only thing that I'm like a little bit nervous is like I don't want them to restart the whole entire show from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Like, they reboot the whole entire. Yeah, that's the only thing that I know that's a stretch and everything, but I just don't want them to be like,
fuck.
We don't talk about that. Don't talk about it.
Oh nah, they didn't.
X-Men is weird, bro. It's weird sometimes.
Focus on I'm gonna be that guy. Focus on the mutant rights, the conflict between communities, and the characters learning to grow with their powers. Not this crap. Ugh. It's my biggest ick. Ugh. Oh, it's been in the comics. I know. Still don't have to like it.
But, yeah, that's my only thing is like I hope they don't redo the whole entire 90s series because cable redoes the whole entire.
Yeah, that would actually annoy me. Don't do that. Just save this moment here.
Just save this particular timeline and everything, and they like I don't want them to like redo the whole.
I think they set this moment up way back when, so it's been in the pipeline for a while.
I don't want them to like redo the whole entire thing because like they're showing like stuff from like the early parts of the series of the Phoenix and Apocalypse and stuff like that. I'm like, I hope that they ain't going to go back and like go all the way back to the Phoenix saga and the Apocalypse saga that they already established like in the beginning. For the first 5 seasons, I don't want that to happen.
I think basically what's happening because if you listen to what Cable says, he's like, not again. So I think I think he's been already trying to come back and like stop
multiple times,
and it's been going bad. Maybe in other timelines, other people die. Maybe like
what do you reckon directly caused this? Like we know it with the Sentinels like killed the people.
Someone sent them.
It's gonna be Apocalypse. It's coming back to Apocalypse at the end of the day. Like
I think Apocalypse or Sinister or both.
Or I wouldn't mind if it's Apocalypse, but I really think I would love for it to because it's already made it clear that Sinister and the X-Men have a mistake against
Sinister. No, I know it's Apocalypse because Sinister's scared of Apocalypse. Like that's one person that he's like that he's scared of.
I wouldn't mind. I think that Sinister should be more of a focus because it's more of a personal, like it's a personal battle kind of thing.
In the comics, Kevin's right. Cassandra Nova, who's basically Charles' sister in the comics, and is gonna be the villain in Deadpool 3, sent the Sentinels that did this.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people.
That means Charles will come back by the end of the series.
Yeah, if that's they could change it obviously, but who knows?
There's a lot of mutants that don't like the X-Men. Like there's a lot of mutants that don't even like mutants. Like they want to be supreme rulers.
It's gonna be kind of a mystery. Like
we know that they'll reboot, like they'll essentially reset the timeline, and then Gambit, Magneto, anyone that's killed will come back. We know this. It's always been in comics. It'll happen. But I think for a little while, you know what we were saying last week, Danny, about how it would be interesting for a little while, for maybe a couple of episodes, they shake up the team a little bit. Like bring Pyro in, bring freaking Mystique in, even like start like shaking it up the team dynamic.
I think that's why
about Mystique. That Mystique is actually Val Cooper, the UN lady. That because if you look at her eyes, they're like blue.
That's true. Yeah, I can see that. Whatever.
If you look kind of pissed that Magneto said that he wanted Rogue to lead with them, Val was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, that was a look of salt more than anything.
Yeah,
it's one of those things of honestly, if you're gonna pick a queen, it should be Mystique. Like that's your top girl right there. Like
and she's been around a long time. So
I mean, boys, look at the discussion that's just on this Reddit thread alone. Like, I'm scrolling down, and I've been scrolling down for the last 5 minutes. Like, the X-Men are back in full swing. Like, this is the stuff that I remember from back in the day. Like,
also,
this hasn't happened in so long.
I don't know if you guys watched the trailer. There's a big character coming to cameo too.
Yeah, dude. Like, spoiler warning. Yeah. Spoiler warning for people. You have been warned. Have you guys both seen it?
Yeah,
he's coming.
I think it's part of Forge's backstory because Forge was in World War II, so that makes sense.
It's really with the cameo from the Watcher, the Captain America Easter egg. They're definitely doing something with the 90s shows overall. Definitely, like down the road, like not this season for X-Men, but down along the line, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
they set Spider-Man.
So free. Yeah, that like this episode right here just showed like everybody got their shine on. Like Magneto, Gambit, Rogue, they did their thing in this episode. Like
Gambit had the coldest line ever. Like, don't get me wrong, Cyclops going to me, my X-Men with that epic scene or whatever, that was great. But remember the name, mon ami.
My name is Gambit, mon ami. Remember,
my name is Gambit. Remember
if it ain't like that, I don't want it. I want that Gambit.
I was like, bro. I was like, when that happened, when I was watching the episode on my big screen TV, I was like,
because the thing is, the way
for a solid 2 minutes, I'm like
bro, very rarely have I watched a cartoon episode of of anything superhero and sat there in disbelief for 2 minutes. Danny, did you sit through the credits this time?
No. But I'm just saying, like, like, I was like...
I was in shock, because the way the episodes... And it's a testament to the writing and the team behind the episode, because the episode starts out and you're like, okay, here we go, love triangle, we're on Genosha. Hey, Kurt's back.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa! Oh my God. What? Like, there's so much stuff that happens. Like,
dude, I was just thinking about you. I was thinking about you saying, like, I know Jacob's gonna hate this episode. Like, I
just don't care for the whole. I don't care for it. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, it's not unnecessary. It's just annoying. It's like it wouldn't be so bad if it happens every now and then, but it happens so much, And I'm just like, ugh. You know what, X-Men? You guys are all for the streets. You're all just as bad as each other. So I've just kind of gotten to a place of acceptance where they're all basically hoes and with powers. So, like, all of them, even Cyclops, fuckery. Like Jean, Wolverine, Gambit, Storm, not yet, but probably Magneto, Rogue. They're all doing things, Like, But this episode, anyway, was a freaking banger. Like the solid 9 minimum. Like,
it's a solid 9 out of 10. Okay, so
get better than this.
So this is how I'm gonna do these episodes real quick. For the first 5 episodes, like just giving a quick grade. The first episode, 8.5. Second episode, 7.5. Third episode, 8.5.
I agree.
The fourth episode was 6.5.
7.
No, I gave it a 6. I gave it a 6. As much as I like you.
Me and Danny Watkins are agreeing, people. Yeah, I actually agree.
I want to like Jubilee so badly, but I don't care.
Right.
Like,
here's the thing, like Jubilee is cool, but she's okay. I'm gonna say this. Oh, but I like her and she's amazing. Right? There's some characters that are better in an ensemble versus solo. Let me clear that up. Ensemble, solo characters. Now, standout solo characters: Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm. Even Bishop, Cable, Jean, those are solo guys like Magneto, Rogue, Gambit. Ensemble, Morph, Archangel, Jubilee, Sunspot, even Mystique. Like people like that, they work better as an ensemble, like with other people. Not a bad thing. They shine better.
Yeah, and then of course this episode is a 9, easily 9 out of 10. Like,
he has one of the coldest lines ever put to any superhero animation ever. Oh, superhero!
The fact that you just saw Magneto just said like, "Nah, man, we ain't going out like this. go my X-Men, I'm like, he said, like, guys, go protect the Morlocks. I got you guys. Like, we doing this thing. Like,
I also want to appreciate the fact that this man was like, nah, we're going to war. We're doing this. We're doing it live.
we're going to war.
And then even Gambit, as Rogue's like flying in to decimate the Sentinel, Gambit's like, yeah, nah. And then throws a freaking motorbike at her to send her off trajectory and then takes it himself. Like, and he destroys the whole thing like that.
Bro, this man Magneto took a train and used them as nunchucks, bro. Like, he was like using the train as nunchucks to like beat up the Sentinels. I was like, yo, what is going on here? This is what I'm talking about.
I felt
like,
so
oh
bad
my
for
goodness.
Leech, man. Like, Leech is such a harmless character, and to see him like sort of scared, like that's the other thing. It's the fear. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to die now. Like it. The fuck. I love how I said that, and then Danny disappeared for a second there. It's like
I'm bad.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to literally die now. Oh my god, this is what's happening. You know, it's the fear. And seeing characters around you get bumped off one after the other, especially when Rogue, Magneto, and Gambit looking like they're about to die, and you've got little Leech going, "I don't want to die." It's like, yeah, you're gonna die because if these guys are in trouble, you're definitely in trouble. Like, you know, and we've just seen 50 million people.
I love the fact that Magneto just told the X-Men, like told Rogue and Gambit just to stay away or whatever. Yeah. Like he bound them to the thing or whatever.
That's a very good point.
Yeah,
that's a very good point. He's seen another genocide again.
Yeah, that's true. It's
it's even more heartbreaking when you look at Genosha and what it was meant to stand for and represent, where it's just like a home for mutants, a second chance. It's just been gutted completely.
Yep. And like you like Magneto was like, you knew Magneto was like truly done when he saw Charles's statue go down, and he like, he was saying in the back of his head, I'm sorry, my old friend, but I have to do this. I have to go back to my old self. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that Magneto would say. Like, sorry, old friend. Like, I tried your way. I did my best. You're doing your way.
But we're here.
You gotta go. Yeah, we're here and everything. Like, so.
Yeah. Damn, man. What an episode, bro. What an episode. Yeah. I think.
And then.
As much as there'll be better episodes in the season in terms of where the characters and stuff, I think this is peak. This is like where the show is like peak. Like, I don't think
number 6. I think number 6 is supposed to be a filler episode or whatever. Like,
don't need. It's like, damn it.
Because I think it's like the second part of like Storm getting her powers back. I think Storm's gonna get her.
That makes sense. Movies and shows do that all the time, where something big will happen. Oh, but Storm's got her powers back now, and it's basically them saying, "Hey, there's hope."
Yeah, because they need Storm. They need Storm to get her powers back because they need her on.
Like, you've got no Gambit with his kinetic energy, and he's not Omega level, but he's damn powerful when he's on job. You've got Rogue that's going to be emotionally distraught after losing the love of her life and her other boyfriend. You've got Magneto that is now
the mentor
until otherwise,
Yeah, but I still think Magneto's still alive, bro. I think Magneto's going to make a comeback in the last episode, bro.
Yeah, but even then, they'll bring them all back anyway. But Magneto might have been the only sole survivor.
Yeah, I think Magneto will come back, and like he's gonna come back into his classic uniform of like the red and the purple, and he has the helmet. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if for a while Rogue basically says, "Hey, look, I appreciate you for what you've done, this, that, whatever, but Gambit is that's my dude," and now he's gone. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of realized it when she kissed Magneto while they were dancing. She's like, damn, I feel bad now. Like, because I could see Matt. I mean, no, I could see Rogue's point of view because, like, when she had that conversation with Remy, like, she basically just said, like, I like you don't understand what it feels. You don't understand how it feels like you can't touch somebody that you actually love and everything. Like
Yeah,
you never have to
that's where
experience
it's
that.
totally fully like that's where it is heartbreaking and whatever else. I just feel like
It's like and like yeah, and then like of
the
course
flat.
then like she just basically told him what was up. She said, yeah, me and Magneto did have a thing back in the day, and like yeah, he taught me everything that I needed to know or whatever, and other
Yeah,
things off the clock or whatever. But for the most part, it's not just to hurt you. Like I didn't expect him to be like the leader of the X-Men again. Like that, how's that my fault and everything? Like
yeah. I think it's just because it was never. She never
it
said
was
to.
random.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was never explicitly stated to Gambit, "Hey, this is where we both stand." I'm gonna shack up with
yeah,
Magneto now. Like it was just like she just did it. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're missing stuff. Like we're missing a piece.
yeah.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle here.
All I just see is morph like danger room this
Yeah,
time, danger
that
room this time.
dude is a troll and a half. Like honestly, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Like honestly,
That's
Gambit
not
should have
funny,
thrown
bro.
space. That just that's nasty work, man.
Oh man.
Work.
Okay, guys.
Let's
Like,
get the other boys back here.
if you guys could come back if you got. We're done talking.
Yeah, so
Q&A,
I'll change
guys,
the
for the
background.
anybody in the chat.
Let me change the background so then that way they know. There you go. All right. Background's changed. Background shifted. There you go. There you go.
I'll let
Boom.
them know in the chat.
Yes. Yeah. So no more conversation around episode 5 of the X-Men till these guys have seen it. But freaking 9 out of 10. Watch it. Such a great episode.
That's a banger. That's a banger episode. 9 out of 10. Go watch it. Watch it. If you're an X-Men fan, you will watch this.
And if you're a superhero fan in general, you'll also watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good episode. Watch it, get on that shit. And you know what? It's actually nice to talk about something that we're passionate about and not go on a full-ass fucking rant. It's actually nice to talk positively about something. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
thank the Lord, thank Jesus. Like, finally, we've got something that we're passionate about that isn't complete dog shit. Like, Jesus.
Jesus,
Well, while we're getting questions, while we're getting our questions ready from the chat, like I know TCK wanted to talk about. We can do good. Invincible. What do you guys think about the Invincible stuff? Like since you guys are here.
I haven't even finished it.
Well,
Oh,
No, but I've already been spoiled on it, so you might as well. You can go ahead and talk.
no, I want you to watch it. Like it's so worth the watch.
Sit back for a minute.
Like they try not to.
I'm sorry, but they why did they split the season? That really bothered me because I was on a groove watch. It really messed me up.
I'll try.
I forgot about it.
I'll try and talk about it next. I thought the second half was really, really good. And I know you guys didn't get back on like the hype train right away, but like when I watched that first episode back, I was right back on the hype train.
Okay, I'll watch the episode I'm on after this stream. I'll get back on it.
What it did so well, and what I thought the problem was with the first half of the season was there's just too many characters and there's too much going on. And
I know I have no prior context, but I feel like it's a very no thing. It's like there's just too many characters. Just
yeah,
too many characters.
It was there's too much going on and too short of an episode. But like what they did really well in the second half is they made these side characters way more interesting and gave them like their own arc and their own stories that were actually interesting and like that you wanted to watch. Because with the first half, I was like, let's just get to the Mark stuff. Like, I don't really care about,
hi, Mark.
I don't really care about a lot of these other characters. And like, Omni-Man wasn't even in it that much.
I gotta say, there was not enough for me when it comes to Mark and Omni-Man. There wasn't enough of that.
Yeah, there's not enough. I think if you know how the season ends, there's more coming with them in the next. But yeah, I would have, like I said, they made the characters interesting, but also they let Mark have like the last 2 episodes are like amazing. Like I have no problem with either of those episodes. I think they brought stuff from the comics and like they did it justice and they did it there, but they also put their own thing on it. They let Mark shine in these last 2 episodes. Like this is why he's called Invincible. Like in these last 2 episodes, like it's crazy the stuff that happens, and the voice acting is still great. Like the story's great. You know, like I said, the balancing all the characters I think in the second half was great, and yeah, I'm excited to see the next season.
Yeah,
badass. Love it. I really still need to watch Invincible. I need to get round to
it's
that.
good. Season 1's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
I'm going to get on the
Yeah,
boys. Like,
you have
things
to-
first. I need to watch Casablanca first. That needs to be first. But I'll watch.
I still think
I'll
season
start
1's a little bit better,
Hang
but
on,
I
let me
think it's very close.
let me actually see what episode of The Boys I was on, because I was on season 2.
you were on a roll with that, man, and you just stopped
Oh,
watching.
I was binging through it, and then, well, let's just say,
Yeah. Oh god.
yeah, we know. 9 months.
We do.
And now it's time.
Yeah. Yep. That was
Really?
a good fight, lad. What a pleasant surprise.
William, what a surprise. You know, I had breakfast with your wife this morning, and that was the deal.
Oh, wait. No, not in season 3. Season 2, episode 3. That's what I'm on.
Oh, you're on that episode.
Yeah, over the hill with swords of 1,000 men. That one.
Oh yeah, you're on that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll get back on that and continue it, and then I'll be able to partake in the whole William. What a surprise!
Anybody in the chat want to ask us anything?
Boy.
I don't. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! Do you know how you throw people off? As you say yes, Tic Tac, and then they go what? The MCU's debut has Gen Z written all over it. I'm confused. Is The Boys DC or Marvel? Neither. It's neither here nor there.
But they kind of make fun of everybody. They kind of make fun of Marvel and DC.
They do need. I just
But
also
they're really
want
making fun of
to. This man's sipping out of it. This cup right here, like sipping the tea. Look, just
What?
what's in that cup, sir?
They're making fun. If you want to keep it a buck, if you want to keep it 100, The Boys is making fun of the Snyderverse. It really is.
Everybody's making fun of the Snyderverse. Like you got the bear making fun.
The bear even made fun of Snyderverse.
I love that guy.
He keeps digging the hole deeper and deeper.
And the Barbie movie.
Sorry, what's the Snyderverse?
Snyderverse?
Jesus.
Oh man.
100 years from now, I could be dead and buried, and on my gravestone, it would still say Snyderverse somewhere. Like that.
Long live Snyderverse.
Yeah, woo! Snyderverse. Like, gee, just let it go. Fuck's sake. I'm getting older each year, and each year I get older, I still have to hear about the Snyderverse. I'm really nervous about the Fantastic Four. Yeah.
I'm 20. I'm about to be 23, and I
wanted to ask your guys' thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on the Silver Surfer situation? We won't go on for long because it's like nearly 4 a.m. here, and I got a dentist appointment in 8 hours. But that's true. I do. Got to keep my teeth nice and clean. Yeah. Beating the British stereotypes. But what do you guys think about the Silver Surfer casting? What do you guys think?
I like it.
Here's the thing about that.
You
need to realize the Fantastic Four, we basically know that they're not going to be from the MCU universe anyways. So, with that in mind, it stands to reason the Silver Surfer we see that's not from this universe is not going to be our Silver Surfer anyways. So, in other words, it's not going to be the main Silver Surfer going forward in all likelihood. So I don't really have a problem with it if that's the case, because all that's probably going to happen is if Fantastic Four end up in our universe, they meet 616 Silver Surfer, who's our Silver Surfer, who's the same one we've always known. So if that's what they do, I don't have a problem with it. If it's just to differentiate, like, hey, this is a different universe. Okay, there's a different
That's
Silver
what I
Surfer.
said it might be.
Exactly. Because Silver Surfer will probably be in the 616 universe.
Because like they literally the Silver is not just like they made up a character, like it's Silver Surfer's wife. So like who is the Silver Surfer in a different universe? So like it's just gonna be the same thing. And like trust me, I care a lot more about Silver Surfer than most people do. Like I can name his comics and stuff like that. Like
being hopeful.
Not the first.
No, he's not being too optimistic. He's just telling the truth.
I don't like if the whole like futuristic 60s background didn't give it away. That's a different universe. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like I would much rather they save Norrin Rad and the true Galactus for later down the road.
Because if I think the movie ends is how it ends, you don't want Silver Surfer to be in this movie because he's gonna die. So
yeah,
I don't. Here's the thing. I feel like what's gonna happen is that she's first off the actress. The pick is amazing.
Good actress too, by the way.
If you've seen that Ozark, she's like the star of that show, and she's amazing. But I feel like what they're going for, they're gonna have multiple Silver Surfers, like in the comics, how they did it with that. Like it's not just gonna be Norman Rad, it's gonna be a Herald, a bunch of them, which I think is fine. Like I feel like, but let's be real.
Even Unicron has several Heralds.
This movie is going to set up a Silver Surfer film, a project or whatever with Norman Rad. He's probably going to be in the post-credit scene. People need to chill out and stop getting their panties on a bunch. Relax.
Well, that's because we live in a world at the moment that's very reactive. So it's just like, oh my god, like just.
I'm in the camp of like.
Now we've got multiple.
It's Disney though, so like that's just how I feel. Like whatever, like they're gonna do what they want to do. That's basically how I see it. It's
like there's too many universes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I kind of like the idea of them having the Fantastic Four exist in a different universe because let's be real, if they were in the 616, they'll be like, well, where the hell have you been? Because they are the first family, so they had to come first.
You have to sell me that them and the X-Men would just be chilling in New York going, oh, yeah, so the aliens are taking over. Let me just sip some tea. And
it's always cool to see
complaining about them like not being in the 616. Like, come on, be real. People would be like, oh, well, where have they been all this time?
Like, they're going to soft reboot them in.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be cool to see a different universe that develops differently. Like it looks like it's like futuristic, but it's the 60s at the same time. So it's
what will inevitably happen is the Fantastic Four that come over from that universe when the incursion happens, because the incursion has been set up by Doctor Strange. When the incursion happens, Fantastic Four, X-Men will be soft rebooted into the mainline 616 universe, and that will be their home universe.
Yep.
So they've already set it up with the incursion.
Like their universe.
Oh, but they're in a different universe. So why would they save our universe and not go back there? Because they're going to do an incursion and merge the universe.
Darius told me this. We were talking about this like the other day. He said that we both agreed that like the universe is probably gonna like Galactus will probably win, and then they end up in like the main MCU. Like,
now that would be nice. And one thing I said last week was in the
this movie's gonna be fun IMAX too.
In the universe where Galactus comes in with the female Silver Surfer, I would actually have him not be at full strength, just because if not at full strength he succeeds and he wins, imagine the prospect of them thinking Galactus is on his way, but it's a more evolved version than the one they thought. Like the one they went up against.
I even have an idea for Doom. So, how people ask, how is Doom going to come if they're in a different universe? Here's how you do it. So, Doom is from the Fantastic Four universe, right? And he still hates Reed. All that stuff still happens. But if Reed fails to save their universe from Galactus, Doom hates Reed because Reed let Galactus destroy the universe. Doom makes it to the MCU. With Reed, still hates Reed because of that. And there's the rivalry. There you go. Doom hates Reed because Reed failed.
Like on top of that, do you reckon they would do the incursion, so then basically this becomes their new home, but with that prior history still intact.
Yeah, and they still remember that what happened before.
Oh, that would be so clean. That's good. That's
then,
good.
You could have Reed if he failed to stop Galactus the first time, and Galactus comes back to threaten like the MCU world now. Reed is obsessed with stopping Galactus now. Like that's his whole character.
So, I mean, we know once the whole Secret Wars and multiverse stuff is done, they're not going to have the Fantastic Four just go back to their universe. No. We know they're going to make the 616 their new home. Like that's going to be their home. But they'll use the incursion to bring them in.
What they did after Secret Wars comics, basically.
But leaving all that prior history intact. So basically, like how with No Way Home, it soft rebooted Peter as the Peter Parker and Spider-Man we know from the comics. But all that prior stuff is still there. The same way, I still would do this, right? You use the incursion to reboot Scarlet Witch. Now, you leave the Sokovia stuff still part of her history.
She's Magneto's daughter.
The incursion makes her Magneto's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you make it so mutants, Charles Xavier, all that stuff that stuff happens in the MCU now. It's just part of it.
The incursion can be used to soft reboot things. Soft reboot, only certain things. But the good thing is, soft reboot, you don't dismiss or get rid of WandaVision or Sokovia or Quicksilver. It's just an incursion and a soft reboot.
It only adds to anything away. Yeah.
Nobody watched most of those shows anyway, so when they fucking bad, it's like
everyone watched WandaVision when it came.
WandaVision people watched.
WandaVision got
WandaVision fine, but for the most part, most people ain't gonna watch most of those shows anyway.
no, but I'm not saying whether people watch them. I'm just saying.
No. I agree with you. He's getting tired. He's getting tired.
It's like 4 yeah. Right, let's round it off there. I'm starting to push up the daisies. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning into another cool stream. Thank you, MMA Kreese King Jr. Now back to King Kreese Jr. That name really threw me off at the beginning of the stream. Like the name was thank you for assembling the great list, Mr. Danny Watkins, one half of the dynamic duo. Woo! Yeah. Legendary. And of course, screw the Chiefs. TCK. Still screw him. Still screw him. And of course, the man, the myth, the mama. May the force be with you too, sir. Legendary. And
we're just gonna
welcome to RJ's Roundup, where we round up every topic that happened about 2 hours ago. Right now, there you go. And me, hi. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Much love, much appreciated. I can't get my words out. I'm going to bed. I've got a dentist appointment in 6 hours now. Good night, everyone. Good night all. Good morning, wherever in the world you. Good morning, everyone. And it's breakfast time again. Fucking shit.
Good morning.
Morning, San Diego.
This was terrible. Kendrick,
no one knows what. What's up, white boy? Where you at, white boy?
Rick Ross is great.
I like how they still quote it at the end.
Rick Ross.
Where you at, white boy?
Donations.
King Kuta.
King Kuta.
And the stream now.
Oh. Them Ghost Riders.
Drake wears a helmet in the shower. Drake probably wears a helmet.